There was
Ruh-roh.
a single night where I went out with a homeless man, and he
Whoa. You get yourself a beautiful slice of Chizza. You break it in two. Look at that. 2 perfect little triangles. And you get yourself practically a full meal. Oh, my God. It's so good.
So good. I've not eaten yet today. It's unbelievable.
Me too. You hit a spot. I mean, it's making my... You know when your mouth, like, waters, like intensely back there?
Craving more. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It's hurting my... It's like hurting. It's so good. Yeah.
Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should, baby. It hurts so good.
The Chizza is now available at KFC. You get 2 cutlets of white meat. You get the mozzarella cheese. You top it off with some pepperoni, and you got yourself a perfect meal right there. And you can have it as like a little appy. You can slice them up, have a couple little triangles for everybody, or it can basically be your full meal. It's like a category all its own.
It's perfect.
Like I wouldn't call it this, I wouldn't call it that.
This is a true, like, we should petition that they have to sell cheats all the time, because it's
yeah, like it should not be a fad. It should just be constant. Because chicken is forever, pizza is forever. The Chizza also should be forever. Again, 2 white meat fillets, marinara sauce, melted mozzarella, and some pepperoni. And you got yourself one of the best. You know, we live in the era of, like, mix this food with that food, bacon and donuts, and this one is the best one to ever come across our way. So it's the new KFC Chizza at participating KFCs today. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. I'm at a stage in life where I feel like I need weekends to my weekend.
Yes.
And that is not a stage in life you want to get to.
Brother, that's been my stage in life the whole life.
Has it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess for you...
My weekends are busier than my weeks.
I know. I was going to say...
And my weeks are pretty goddamn busy.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, first of all, it's a good thing. You know, it's like that's what the regular world is dealing with. The weekends, though, you're doing a lot of travel. It's always for pleasure, but it's not necessarily pleasurable.
Right. That's where I got the spoons from. You'll meet the spoons in a little bit. I got the spoons at the airport.
We're doing like the backwards Seinfeld episode where we're going to be making references to things that haven't quite happened yet, but the spoons.
The spoons.
Be ready for the spoons.
The spoons. As I walked out afterwards, Jackie was like, "We didn't give the spoons enough credit. These spoons are crazy."
It's a crazy shape for a spoon.
Yeah, this is making no sense, but it will. There's spilled milk. There's weird spoons. It's a whole fucking thing. So yeah.
What'd you do?
It was just, you know, it also snuck up on me. It was like I had football, baseball, and basketball for the kids, and then we had to celebrate.
Football?
Yeah, flag football.
Oh.
It was actually great. I will say, to all the Seth Rogans, Steve-O's, you know, the people who are really anti-kids, if you are a sports person, if you like sports, when your kids get into sports, there is a moment where you're like, maybe this is worth it.
Yeah.
Maybe all of this is worth it. The money, the sleep, the stress, the heartache.
I kind of agree, but also kind of disagree. I saw
it can go the other way too, yeah.
A clip on Game Notes the other day with shout out Merles and shout out Army. I believe it was Merles was telling the story where someone on his kids' league, the dad puts a fucking speaker in his helmet.
I mean,
and like tells him what to do.
In hockey.
Yeah.
Insane.
Like the kid went up to the coach and was like, "Coach, can you put this back in my helmet?" And the coach was like, "What the fuck? This is a fucking audio."
The coach
video
didn't even know.
Yeah. And
and to
like
talk,
having
like,
to
not like a camera, like we're gonna watch your video after, like talking to him.
Like go to the corner, get to the front of the net, like this kind of deal, like that. Having to deal with that. Like if you could guarantee me that everyone else in the league is just a fucking regular person and is there to watch their kid learn some camaraderie and some social skills and that kind of shit, I would be about it. Having to deal with lunatics like that would be a nightmare.
I'll play devil's advocate for one moment while fully acknowledging that's insane. It might be a better alternative than screaming on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Because we had the last basketball game of the year, and we are a shoot it franchise. We are the New York Knicks, the Yonkers Knicks, I believe, is our team, and we are a team full of parents just screaming shoot it. And it got to the point where I had to I was like, all right, guys, come on, we gotta stop because the kids are like open, and I'm like, I know how excited you get when you hit a basket or even just like a close shot. So shoot it, and then they don't, and so we're just going shoot it.
And every parent is yelling shoot it.
A lot of the parents were doing it. Yep.
That's crazy.
Even we're doing not even just for their kid. I'm doing it for everybody. Mark, shoot it. Evan, shoot it. I'm just screaming these kids' names because it's the only time. I would have to imagine hockey might be tough too because you're on ice, and I can't imagine how good the young kids are on ice. But basketball is a nightmare for kids. Probably, again, aside from hockey, I think basketball is the #1 coordination sport. Dribbling, eye-hand coordination, shooting.
I think baseball.
But baseball is a very do this one activity. Like go up there and hit this ball.
Yeah.
And then it's over. Catch this ball, throw. Basketball being like you got to move to this side and come back to this side and cut this way and try to get the ball there and all that sort of shit. And the dribbling is just such an X factor where nobody can really do it. I know what you're saying. It's like hand-eye coordination and that kind of shit, but I think, or maybe that's coordination of literally your body being coordinated enough. Like Keegan's on the floor every single time. Kids are sprawled out. They're falling.
See that that's why I could never be the coaching thing is such a weird relationship too, because if I was the coach of that team, I walk over sides, I'd be like, hey everyone, shut the fuck up.
Well,
but then there's also I also get the part of I'm thinking I know a pretty good amount about hockey, and if my kid played hockey, I would not have the time to coach. But I would.
But you want to be there in the moment and be
hey, dude, I know more than you. So
yeah.
Well, I have to make sure his coach is a good coach.
This is also there's a head coach, and then there's 4 other dads that were always there.
Yeah.
It's not they're not moms and dads in the bleachers. It's assistant coaches who are trying to help. But so my point being it's so hard for them to even get a moment where they're open, that when it is and they miss it, they don't try. It's that's a whole week's worth of you know what I mean? So everyone's just shoot it. If I could just have a little earpiece, be like, he can shoot the ball right now. It'd be so much better. I mean, but I did. There was a moment where one dad was yelling for his kid to do something, and mid-game he turned around. He was like, "I'm not open. I can't." He was just literally doing this. What do you want me to do? And I was like, "All right, we should fall back." But if I had a little earpiece being like, "Go to the foul line. Cut back door right now."
I told you a nightmare story. You're pretty good idea.
Again, you start to walk a mile in these shoes, and things all of a sudden change, man. And then I was birthdays all weekend, family birthdays, and St. Patrick's Day and shit, and it was so, yeah, one of those. What'd you do this weekend?
I went to a dinner. And I had something of a realization.
An epiphany, if you will.
Yes. I think women...
I'm one of those. Here we go.
I think women take longer to get ready, so we look bad by the time it's time to leave. Dude,
I can't confirm the intent behind it, but it definitely is. It happens. That's for sure.
Me, my brother, and my dad are ready to go an hour before everybody else. By the time they got out, we're all untucked. We're
shirt stained.
We spilled stuff on ourselves.
Yep, your hair's flopping down.
If you were ready to go when you said be ready to go,
I would look up.
I'd have rolled up to this dinner looking fucking great.
Well, if girls were on time, we would be Pookie and Jet. Just roll over there looking fire.
Dude, I'm just sitting there watching fucking TV, watching some basketball game I don't give a shit about.
Bro,
getting all wrinkled.
By the time we're ready to go, my head is flat. My hair's all fucked up because I've been leaning back.
This is intentional sabotage. You guys don't want us to look good. That's the problem.
It's funny because I'm kind of I go the other way where if somebody gives me too much time, then like I start adding makeup and I just add like
You
more
look
and more,
worse.
and then I look crazy by the end of it because I'm like I have like a full smoky eye. So it's the same thing but the other way. Yes, that is
I had
outrageous.
fucking
like that
shrimp
theory.
cocktail on my shirt. I was like, this is all a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, you guys,
Yeah.
and you can hear their heels clicking around upstairs. Like, if you just hurry up, I won't have a stain on me when you get down here.
And you know what's
It's
funny?
like a kid. You can't leave a kid alone. He'll make a mess. You can't leave me alone for a little bit. I'll
Idle
make a mess.
hands, man. Idle hands for adult men is a problem. I also, I say this carefully, but like 9 times out of 10, they come downstairs looking, pretty much the same. Like occasionally, maybe you're going to a wedding or something, you're really dialed up, but for the most part, it's like, yeah, you do your hair like that, you always do your makeup like that, and you're wearing the clothes you always wear.
You know how long it takes, right?
Yeah. Did you do? I have. Well, first, Jackie, what did you do this weekend?
Oh, funny you ask.
Uh-oh.
There was
Ruh-roh.
a single night where I went out with the homeless man, and
Whoa. Wait, where's Paz? I want him in the room for this too. Wait,
I told him already.
what?
What do you mean?
What do you mean went out with?
So my friend and I we went out,
You're the best, dude.
and
Nobody better than her.
You've been sitting here listening to us talk about dumb shit, and you've been like sitting there and be like, I went out with a homeless guy.
wait, wasn't actually no, like
to
it
be
was
young again.
it was a whole night because my friend and I were walking and this homeless man, it's pretty cut and dry. The homeless man said, "Can I where are you guys going?" We go karaoke. So then he was like,
Wait,
"Can
what'd
I-"
you say?
We said karaoke.
'Cause
we were on our way to karaoke, as you could probably gather. And then he just came with us. But the awkward part was we had just gotten spray tans. And so,
That's the awkward part.
so the three of us, we hung out like the whole night. And this man, he looks homeless. And
I was
he
gonna say, what's the
smells-
level of homeless?
He smells homeless and he looks homeless.
Wait, so I'm sorry. What was the conversation? When he was like, "What are you guys doing?" You were like, "Karaoke."
And he said, "Can I come with?" And we said, I guess. Might
She's
as
the
well.
female you. That would happen to you.
I thought for some reason there would be more conversation, but no.
No, that tracks.
No,
Yeah, that's it.
It was, and then the three of us tried to get into multiple bars, but because of the smell. and
I would
the look,
imagine-
we got
Wait.
kicked out.
Hang on.
So
Hang
you're
on a
getting
second.
denied from bars because of this man's aroma.
Of course.
Well, also, okay, so what's funny is, the fact that we had spray tans is important because we're wearing sweatpants. So the three of us, it's kind of like, what's going on there?
You all look homeless.
We all look a little homeless, but one looks a lot more homeless than the rest.
You guys were first day. You're like, we just got out here.
Yeah, we're fresh homeless. This guy's a veteran. I've been homeless for 24 hours.
Yeah.
How far from his house,
Yeah.
to karaoke did you walk?
It was again, because we had to go to multiple bars, so it ended up being it was only a few blocks away. But again, when you're homeless, really, how far is home for you? So he stuck with us the whole night, and and then again, we were kind of trying to shake him off. And he kept buying drinks on our tabs. And then also, so I thought he was buying drinks for me the whole night. He also really wanted to get with me.
Jackie, A, no fucking kidding. B, no fucking kidding. Wait. You thought he was buying you drinks?
But then he was just buying them on my tab.
Yeah, he's homeless.
And then he also was kind of socially awkward where he, it's when you only know 2 people at the party, you will go and stick by their side. Obviously we were the only people he kind of knew.
Maybe in the whole world, Jacqueline.
Jackie, I'm gonna break something to you. He's not socially awkward. He's mentally ill.
Also, I'll tell you who's socially awkward. The fucking girls hanging out with the hobos. You're fucking socially awkward.
You took a homeless guy out with you for a whole night who bought drinks on your tab.
Yeah.
And your issue is he was a little socially awkward.
Well, it was just funny because it was really there's a difference between going out with a homeless man and having him kind of do his own homeless man thing, and going out with a homeless man and having him be clingy. It's
He's too clingy. He's too clingy.
It's not that he doesn't have a job. It's not that he can't walk into establishments because of his body odor. He's just a little too into me.
Yeah. Classic girl right there.
I was just getting like, I was like, we were
Red flag.
with
The
me.
homeless man is
Jackie,
too into me.
just like, this guy's kind of giving me the ick. She's like, yeah, I know. He smells like a toilet. Like, no, he's just so
I
around
can
us.
physically see ick on his body. It's a physical ick. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
wait.
Yeah,
No,
we're
don't.
not
Yeah,
done.
I mean,
Well,
throw
there's
out the rest of the
much
fucking.
more to the story other than
No, there is so much more though, Jackie.
Did you guys like?
I mean-
what did you guys talk about?
The homeless guy. I mean,
It's ridiculous.
and she's like, "There's not much more to the story." It's like, "There's so much more. Let's back it up." Okay.
Wait. So first of all,
Yeah.
when a bouncer would say, "You can't get in here, bro. You stink," what would your reaction be?
No, he said you guys are not dressed.
Okay.
Which was offensive to be looped in with the homeless man. And I'm thinking like, okay, we probably could have gotten away with it. But then he like would point to my sweatpants. I was like, why are you pointing to my sweatpants? When like there's a
He's
whole-
okay. You over there though in the dirty Air Force Ones. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Wait, how dressed down? Like, because nowadays, girls could pop on a sports bra and sweatpants and be considered like fashionable. Were
Yeah.
you really bumming it for the day? Oh, I
Well-
guess I can't use that word in this case. You really like in
It's actually
pajamas
offensive
or
to my friend.
my culture is not your costume.
So like my friend was wearing a much cuter lounge outfit. So like hers was.
Oh, so you were clearly.
honestly, so it was honestly me and the guy.
I was gonna say she was number one.
Yeah.
You and him were a distant second and third.
Like we were bringing down the group average, and so again like the guy pointed to me, and then the other guy was just like no, like at the door. So we got denied from like 2 places, and then the karaoke place like let us in. Because he was kind of trailing behind, so like the smell hadn't hit them. It was just like too late
Oh,
by the time.
you tricked him, huh?
Yeah, and then yeah, again, not much more to the story.
Wait,
What did
no,
you
there
guys-
is though. Like, did you sing?
Oh yeah.
Okay, did you sing with the homeless man?
So he wanted to sing with us, and like,
Well-
there were only 2 microphones, and we kind of were like, "Listen, buddy, like, I know, like, we're the 3 amigos now, but like, me, my friend and I, it's our tab, and we're gonna sing." And then also, we wanted to sing like the 3 Little Birds sat on the window song.
Yeah.
But then they gave us instead like the "Don't Worry About a Thing," like
Yeah.
the Rasa song. So then, and it was just like a weird karaoke song kind of. And then it's like then I felt like my friend was going like heavy on the accent with it, and I was like,
Oh my God.
again, and with like our homeless man, like our new friend, I don't
he
know.
of color?
He was a black man.
He was of color, and so I was just kind of trying to think about a friend, think about being on like the rest of the people, and she was going heavy on the accent, and it was all together just like an uncomfortable night.
What did you guys? First of all,
We also were blackout getting spray tans, and like we were like it is so streaky because we just kept running into things and then like sweating the whole night. Anyways, it's just like, was it my best night? No.
Not
the
my
least
proudest.
of that man's concerns would have been these girls who keeps buying us drinks and keep letting me hang out with them.
Yeah.
Didn't realize they were subtly racist. So,
Yeah, that's so true.
I can't wait to get to voicemails today. So, I'm homeless. I live in New York City. And these 2 girls.
what did you guys talk about when you weren't singing? Like, what was the topic of conversation?
We didn't chit chat with him too much. Again, he was mostly like, once he figured out that like we had a tab open, he was mostly getting drinks.
How
And-
long from start to finish are we talking with this man?
Also like all
Jackie, answer the question.
from start to finish.
Like, you ran into him on the street,
Oh.
and he said, "Where do you girls go?"
Yeah.
He said, "Karaoke 2." You went your separate ways.
2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours.
It's so many.
Bro,
hours.
there are girls who bail on perfectly good men on dates because, like, they ordered the wrong drink. I'll have a glass of white wine. I'm ditching this date. This girl and her friend hang out with a homeless man who stink. Like, weren't you just smelling him the whole time?
Yeah, like I personally got used to it again because it had been like 2 or 3 hours, but the rest of the karaoke bar was like clearing out.
Yeah. Yeah. No
And-
fucking kidding.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty fucking rude, I must say.
Like once you get to know him, it's like,
Was he singing at all, or you just stole the mics?
Again, he tried to sing, but again, once he figured out that there were free drinks, he was pretty locked in on the on the free drinks.
He was just getting hammered.
He was kind of getting hammered, but also just like hanging around us and like kind of trying to talk again, trying to get with me.
What was the homeless man's game like?
You know what? I'll be honest. He wasn't a bad looking man. Like I would never.
Okay.
But like.
And now,
also,
what was, like he said, did he rizz you up? Like, what was his chat game good?
Okay, to be honest, I don't remember much of it. Like, I don't, you know how, like, you don't really remember conversations? Like, I don't remember what we talked about.
Well, you were blacked out.
I was blacked out.
I know it being shit-faced like.
Yeah.
You know those conversations sometimes? Escape your brain when you're hammered? Yeah.
Yeah. But I think, like, it could have been worse. Honestly, like, if you're picturing, he was, like, definitely homeless. For sure homeless, but on the more rizzy side of homeless, I guess I would.
Get rizzy. I'll tell you how it could be worse. I'll tell you how it could be really worse. If you're the other girl in the situation.
No, well, she had said that she had a boyfriend early on, and for some reason I didn't think to say that. He would have for sure gotten with her. But
okay, but
so
still, in the moment,
respected the boundaries.
Yeah, the sanctity of monogamy over here. The fact, though, whatever was said, fine. I understand that. But if there's two girls and one man, and one girl's getting the eyes and the attention, it's tough for the other girl, whether they are home full or homeless.
No, he was really trying to get with her too. But then again, she shut that down, and like I don't know why.
You left the door open.
So I'm also like for sure going through something because I made out with a 50-year-old man like 2 weekends ago, and then I talked all night. The next night, I talked all night to a 70-year-old man.
70?
Yeah, 70. So now it's a pattern, and now it's something that we have to look in. Like now, I have to look into it.
Jackie goes, I'm for sure going through.
No, I don't have my camera's not on. Sorry.
What's the camera?
I know. I've asked so many fucking times for this thing to get fixed. It won't get fixed. There's no.
I'll be honest. I'm way more worried about the 70-year-old than the homeless man.
Yeah, because the 50-year-old.
Well, the 70-year-old, but like you just talked.
We just talked. I did not like make out with him, but like I got his number.
I'm still more worried about the 70-year-old man.
70. I mean, dude, it's
homeless
2024.
Man,
70,
listen,
you can look like.
70's the new
and
50.
he was attractive. Like he dated
listen,
a model.
70's the new 50. 50's the new 30.
Yeah.
But you can make out with a 50-year-old guy, hoping, praying he had a job and a house, and you can find a 50-year-old guy that's in shape.
Well, the 50-year-old guy, he also did not speak English at all. And he wasn't attractive. Honestly.
Okay, so now I'm worried about
what the fuck.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Now,
Wait.
So it's now like 3 in a row where it's like, okay, now we have to look into this.
Yeah, now there's a problem.
Is it
like
daddy
once
issues,
is a fluke, twice is coincidence, 3 times a problem.
Yeah.
Wait.
But
Wait,
no. To be clear,
go.
I was never gonna get with the homeless man. Like that was not.
Well,
ever.
you kind of.
So the
started
50-year-old man. Take us through this one now.
The 50-year-old man, like, also just blackout. That was like
You were pursuing him.
I was pursuing him. Like that was.
Was he at the bar? This was not like a
he at
date,
the bar.
was
This
it?
was a club.
Okay, but it's not like you like matched with him and then set
No,
this up.
like this was just like something I just like.
Now, so you're at the club.
Remember it, but this
Is he like? Was he like? I have a table and shit.
Well, he didn't speak English. No. So.
But did you? Okay, yeah, that's tough. But was he like?
I really don't remember much of this. I just remember flashes of his face. I remember.
Was he like dressed nice? Like you know what I mean? I'm trying to say like, was he like a bum at the bar? Or was it like?
No.
Because you can go to a bar and
I know,
maybe a
we have to,
50-year-old
like,
guy who's like a billionaire, and it's like that's fine,
No, he was like average. Like it was just average. Like I was just like, not my best.
Okay.
Not my best.
So then you make out with him. You're on the dance floor. You're popping that pussy. You're dancing.
Yeah.
You make out with him in the club.
Yeah.
And then.
No, then nothing else.
Then
I was
you go your separate ways
then
after
we
the
go our
club?
separate ways.
You say adios?
I'd say adios.
You sayonara?
And
I
also
don't know
it's just
what he was speaking, but.
I'm also like just too old for a dance floor. Like it was just like, again, I was on something.
First of all, you're not.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
24. DFMOs are still going on when you're 24.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
And your friends are here for the situation?
Yep. Yeah.
And they are cheering you
saw
on,
the
or
whole
they're
thing.
saying, Jackie,
They're like, she's
she's doing her thing.
clearly going through something.
That one, I'm not as concerned about. Like I said,
I guess if you saw, just because also like
was
that is
handsome.
again that's like the first guy I've kissed since like it's been like a while. So everyone was like, why him? Like why him? You know?
Why break the streak
Yeah.
with
this
this
guy.
50-year-old Albanian? That's what I'm picturing.
you're picturing Albanian. I was picturing
French.
Spanish.
Or, no, sorry, Spanish. His name is Alejandro.
But see, I can see something
Alejandro's a
there.
good name.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I mean. Like I
But he
can see
didn't
a
have, like-
50-year-old named Alejandro who's like fit and like fucks chicks, and it's like not that crazy. Now it sounds like he wasn't that guy,
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
but
exactly.
as long as he wasn't like the bar back or something, we're at least on the right path there. I will remind you, what was your season like 3?
Yeah,
plan was to hook up with a dad?
True.
Way back when, like when Jackie first started,
I'm gonna fuck a dad.
she was
That
she was living
wild
her.
thing for me to say to you guys.
Yeah, you were like you had just started working, and you were living your life in terms
What's
of
up? I'm Jackie.
TV
I'm here to
seasons.
fuck everyone's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a dad, I'm a banger. You were like, I'm gonna fuck a dad for like my season 3 premiere.
Yeah.
Now it took a little while. I think we're on like season 5 now. But you know, he was probably a dad of some sort
Yep.
at the age of 50.
Yeah.
But again,
Like
homeless thing, super red flag. But I can see it being like we did it for the story.
How did
we
the
were
homeless night
shit-faced.
end?
I don't remember that, but it was
They
pretty
double
much
teamed him and called it a night.
Oh no, I think he left after a while. I think
He
left you.
no. I honestly don't know.
The homeless man who had a literal Willy Wonka golden ticket for unlimited booze and attention from these girls for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've had enough. I'm
Now-
going home for the night.
No, I guess we left.
Okay, that's better. Because what if you guys are all leaving and he's like, look,
Let's
I
go.
got nowhere to stay tonight. Do you mind if I sleep on your couch?
We know that will.
We know that
happen to
happens.
me. Yeah, we
She's
know.
done that
Hey,
before.
I know. No, I wouldn't.
Not to a homeless man, but to like that guy.
Oh yeah, but that's different.
Barely.
Like
No, him I would not have. But like that was the thing is I remember thinking in the moment like, okay, I'm obviously like on a weird like streak. Like I don't trust myself anymore. But I would not have. I absolutely would not.
you've
have.
gaslit
Wait, so
yourself
it
into
went-
men.
Like I was just like I don't like obviously like I view it from like a third party where I'm just like
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with her.
Give me the order and days, like homeless man karaoke first. Or 50-year-old makeout
Yeah,
first.
actually, so the 50-year-old makeout was first.
Then
But
the
like I've had
70-year-old.
some other just like questionable flirtings where I'm just like, why? 70-year-old was actually after karaoke.
Okay, so you went 50-year-old makeout
Almost got
into
it.
homeless guy into 70-year-old flirting.
3 for
That
3, baby.
and how and,
4 for 3.
Your face was so stoked because you said that. 3 for 3, baby.
and what time period are we looking at here?
What time period?
Like how long?
50-year-old man was 2 weeks ago, and then
So
this
in
one.
2 weeks you did karaoke with a homeless man, made out with a 50-year-old, and rizzed up a 70-year-old.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Now see, I'm liking this.
You're fucking letting it rip, dude.
Yeah, that voice makes it all okay. I'm now good. I was a little concerned, obviously. I walked over to you like when Shay tells me something's wrong. I was like, what's happening? But that's one of those, that's a Ron White type thing. If you can stand on your own 2 feet and look me in the eyes and be like, yup, then it's like, okay, you're just doing some funny fucking wacky shit.
Yeah.
If you were like waking up in the morning like, well, you probably did a little bit of that. But if you were really
No,
worried
honestly,
about it.
no. And the 70-year-old man, like I stand by, he was hot.
Wait.
What were you guys
Yeah,
talking
let's
about?
go through that one now. Where, when, who, what, when, where, why on
He was
that?
telling me all about his wife who died,
Oh, well, that's a
and
little.
then he dated a model, and now he's like kind of like has an open relationship with a 23-year-old.
Was he good looking?
Yeah.
Oh, you just said that. Was he rich?
Yes. But also like he was at a bar in Midtown. Like I don't know.
Like
Like he told you he was rich, or you could just kind of say
yeah, I was gonna say because is that true?
He
You
seemed
think
rich.
or
He seemed rich. He did
Seeming
seem
it
rich.
is like if he told you, it was probably no.
I was gonna say
if you're sensitive.
seeming rich is when
No,
you're,
he did seem rich. This also
it's almost one of those things with rich. It's like if I tell you I'm rich, I'm not. If I seem I'm rich, then I'm like rich, and then it goes back around where it's like that guy's a billionaire. Like you don't even seem it or look it because you end up having so much money. You go back to the beginning.
I don't know about that. I think that's something we fantasize.
I mean, we saw it in
But that's like a
in
t-shirt
Austin.
at a bar. Like that,
That's what I
but
mean, though. Like there's.
But that was I that's fine. Maybe like the quiet and whatever. Like that was a guy we met briefly. He seemed like a normal dude, all good. Like when everyone went through the quiet luxury phase, like this is how billionaires dress. What evidence do we have of that? There's like 20 of them. like when you have real wealth, this is how you dress. Like who made that up? Gap? like that was all like fucking marketing.
No,
like,
but I think you get to a point
people
where
watch Succession and we're like, this is how
Yeah,
rich people really live.
I could see though when you get really rich and you've spent all the money and lived the lifestyle, you do go back to like lesser.
I would guarantee you that they're wearing bland articles of clothing that are personally made
really
for them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's there.
But it
they're
doesn't
wearing
look
the
it
most-
like I can see when you're first rich, you want people to know it, so you do flashy things, and then I think you stop being flashy when you get really, really, really rich.
I think that's just age.
Could be, yeah.
I think like also like a lot of people took like the like Balmain, like just like the certain brands to a different level. Like, it became tacky.
What?
Like all the brand names, like the Louis belts and the
because
it's like out of
like
style.
with anything where when
Yeah.
style,
Or like Crocs come into style, so now you
But
see a guy
also,
wearing Crocs,
like,
he might be a billionaire. You know.
I think the main thing with those is like knockoffs and stuff like that, and then you see poor people wearing it, and you're like,
yeah.
But wait, okay. So the 70-year-old guy scared me more than anything. But if you're telling me he's like some hot silver fox, then maybe he's the number one pick overall in this whole thing. Maybe you should just date that guy.
I like him dropping the I'm in an open relationship with a 23-year-old. Did he tell you that before or after he learned you were 24?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like,
Just so you know, girls of your age do fuck me.
yeah.
That's the stanza with
and
Beyonce.
also like they do fuck me, and they also let me fuck other girls.
Yeah.
Too, so
Yeah.
don't
I
get
know.
any of this twisted.
I also was like, are you really in an open relationship? It's
Yeah.
okay. Also, so this was honestly kind of a ball. Do you guys think I'm mysterious?
Mysterious.
Serious.
Like if I were to meet you for the first time.
Yeah. No,
You're,
it's just
you're,
like,
you're
do I give a fuck?
paradoxical in the sense that you're,
I guess I just literally outed everything about myself the last.
but you're also mysterious. Like,
Thank
like
you.
that's like you are kind of an open book, it seems, but you also do have.
I'll say this.
You kind of quietly like roam around the office, kind of like, what the fuck's
Yeah,
Jackie's
what
deal?
is she-
I'll also
Serious.
I'll say this: if you you're in something that we a long time ago used to call the Tyson zone, where like I would believe anything. You could tell me
Yeah.
if I said, Jackie, what's your weekend? Like karaoke homeless man. It's like Mad Libs with Jackie. She could say she did XYZ with ABC on whatever, and I'd be like, yeah, I don't know, that's what Jackie does. So you're anything is possible with Jackie. So yeah, I'd say that's mystery.
The more I think about it, you're definitely mysterious because I have people come up to me. I think you're very
What's her
mysterious
about? What's
to
Jackie
anyone
about?
outside this room.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Where exactly
Yeah.
people are like, what's
Yeah.
that girl's deal?
I think
Like-
you've told enough stories that make you seem a little bit wild and like spontaneous, but also you don't blast your personal life out there too much. We kind of knew you were dating somebody.
Yeah.
And when you keep it a little bit, like people are like, "What's up with that?"
I told Jackie the other night I was at a dinner and a good amount of people came up to me being like, that Jackie's awesome. And then this past weekend I was at another one and people were like, you guys gotta get Jackie more involved. I'm like, I fucking know. I know. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, involved I am.
Consider me involved.
yeah.
What is your bronze, silver, and gold for these interactions?
Bronze, silver, and gold. I would say homeless man last.
Thank you.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Sorry, 50-year-old man last.
Okay.
Homeless man, honestly, gold.
No.
Because at least I didn't get with him. Or get his number and I shut that down. And then the silver man thing,
I get that. We
Yeah.
had interactions. You're like, I got out unscathed.
yeah.
Yeah.
I lost a few.
I didn't fuck
dollars.
that person. I don't get myself a gold a lot on that. But I didn't fuck that person I shouldn't fuck. Gold medal for me.
There were so many other nights.
Usually Johnny Boy gets a bronze on that one.
There were so many worse ways that it could have ended up.
Yeah. Death, rape, embarrassment, all that sort of shit. The 50-year-old makeout, you were saying you were on the dance floor?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you were just like
Yeah, that's just,
feeling the
I
vibe
didn't
and like
I didn't
sucking
that.
face?
I don't want to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But I don't know
Good
if that...
kisser?
What?
Good kisser?
I don't
doesn't.
remember.
Yeah, she doesn't remember.
I bet Alejandro was a good kisser.
I think that's again Alejandro.
Alejandro could fucking suck.
I'm picturing Alejandro with a fucking like rose in his mouth, you know, like fighting, and he comes over, he's like, "I'm on me." Yeah. And he's like sweaty, but like not too sweaty because he's been dancing, and then all of a sudden he like dips you and kisses you, and you know, next thing you know, I think Jackie fucked this guy.
No, I asked my friend. I was like, "Was he like an Alejandro?" And she was like, "No,
he was Alejandro."
Yeah, Alejandro.
Yeah, and so your friends are watching you from afar, or they're like on the dance floor with you?
They're watching me. They were watching me from afar. Nobody's saving me.
And you, I'm just trying to picture what's worse. Like, what if it is like you're dancing and then it's just like or you know you've been dancing all night and you two like creep off to a corner together and make out. I think that's worse than like the dance floor make out
it was all out
usually you do that when you're like 17.
Yeah.
You know, so I can see that being just like the spur of the moment versus like I'm choosing to suck on your tongue right now.
Ew, guys. Okay.
Isn't that gross?
I really don't want to think about the Alejandro thing anymore.
So that's bronze.
That's bronze.
Bronze.
That's bronze.
70-year-old is silver, and karaoke with a homeless man.
Yeah, I stand by
for
those
3
two.
hours.
Yeah, those two sound like great nights.
Yeah.
It really
Alejandro-
is. It's such a double standard. Like if there was a guy version of this, we'd be like, hell yeah, like you said, like you're letting it rip. I feel like girls would be like, oh my god, no. But that's a great 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, that's
like you know what
you're
girls
living the dream right now.
Honestly, yeah.
You know what the other girls your age are doing the last 2 weeks? They're like, I like fought with my boyfriend and like we got back together and then we're like fighting again and I'm like in a fight with my roommate and
No, they've got it much more together than me. That is.
Jackie's like, no, I know exactly what girls my age are doing. They're watching me going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm currently with them.
It's also.
I don't know though. I'm all about, especially at this age, let it rip. You know, maybe don't put yourself in such compromising positions, but fuck it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go balls to the wall. I'm gonna continue to. This train isn't stopping.
Let's go!
Yes!
Let's go, dude!
Hey!
Fuck yeah!
That was this train isn't stopping. That was
I'm not fucking
genuine.
Yeah. Anyways.
Jackie's like, by the way, for anyone concerned listening, it ain't changing.
Yeah. You can't exactly predict these things, but like, what would you say is next?
What would I say is next? Probably fucking one of them. I think that I don't know.
Probably.
If I had to guess, an STI.
if Grandpa hits you up, would you talk to him again? Would you go out with him again? Because I'm gonna go ahead and say you're not gonna hang out with the homeless guy again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go.
What if you two are out? Yeah. What if you are? You're coming home from the bar one night, and you pass by his corner, and he says, "Hey, karaoke," and you go, "Oh, karaoke guy," and he goes, "Let's go get a nightcap."
He goes, that was kind of offensive the way you sang Three Little Birds. I'd like to talk to you more about that.
No, it was okay.
I could just see her and her friend. Don't worry, be happy. Like just this most exaggerated shit.
It's just also like not a good karaoke song to sing.
No, it's slow and kind of whatever. Would you get a nightcap with him?
No, well,
I can see you getting twist my arm sort of thing.
I really am in a phase right now where I'm just like, what? Why not?
Well, but also you're saying that, but you're not.
Take a second.
It's not like you're like fucking all these dudes or being like totally reckless.
Yeah,
You're not like. I feel like I used to do, not like this shit, but there would be times where I'd be like, man, I really don't have my life together or whatever, and it's like, what? Because I don't know, you're a little bit more hungover than usual, and like you had a bad week at work.
You're living life perfectly.
Yeah.
You got some good stories. You're having fun. Like
it's also noted that
I love the Babs laugh. It's like sometimes he just chimes in with like Jesus.
Jackie, I wouldn't change a thing.
I'm not gonna change a thing. I'm not gonna change a thing.
This is sometimes where daughters scare me. I'm like, I didn't think I had to do this talk, but like, hey Shay, if there's ever any homeless people, don't go doing karaoke.
Dude, that's the one thing you should do.
Nah, I don't
Why
think
not?
so.
What's wrong? Dude, karaoke, you're with a bunch of other people. You're fine.
He's not gonna like rape me inside the karaoke bar.
Dude, Google fucking karaoke rapes. Never happens.
Pab's gonna be karaoke singing sex. Jackie, what would we call this for this era for Jackie? What era is she in?
Rip it.
Rip
it era.
Yeah.
That was so genuine. Like
Yeah.
we could come up with something else and try to think of it, but that was so real. Rip it.
I like the way you
Or
said
like
it too.
let
Like
it
it was
rip.
one word.
Rip it.
Oh.
Rip it.
Rip
Like a frog. Rip it.
Yeah.
Rip it. We might need
What are you doing, Rip it?
maybe if I make you a shirt with a frog and a little cloud that says "Rip it."
It's
Rip
kind
it era.
of like things coming around, like the old viral, like still gonna let it rip. Jackie, what are you gonna do tonight? Rip it.
Rip it.
Rip it. It's so
Dude.
fun to say.
I'll tell you what. That's a fucking mantra. That's a war cry. Rip it. But not not
Bro,
like
you
let's,
hit that-
it's
you
not
hit that
let it
hard.
rip. It's not rip it. It's rip it. Rip it.
It's perfectly subtle with all the things you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
like you're not
Just
like
go out there and
bragging
say-
about it.
yeah,
Like,
just rip
what are you
it.
doing? I'm fucking ripping.
Rip it.
It's like quiet luxury version of ripping it.
What
Well
do real
said.
fucking partiers do?
Well said. We rip
We
it.
rip it.
Yeah. I'm also just picturing like your friends I could see being like, like Jackie, like what are you doing and this and that, and she just kind of looks him in the eyes. Rip it. And just walks away. Like that's the safe word almost. Like if I can still tell you rip it, you leave me the fuck alone and let me go rip it. So
Yeah,
okay,
anyways.
well, I mean, we'll have to be checking in. Are you a weeknight partier?
Not really, no.
You only go out on the weekends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And occasionally a Thursday.
Yeah.
And if somebody asks me on a Tuesday.
And Monday Night Football and Wednesdays, a detox. Okay, the Jackie Rip It phase, Rip It
Yeah.
era.
Yep.
I'm in my Rip It era.
Jackie told me earlier that my hair looks
Okay.
Voluminous?
Voluminous.
voluminous.
He did. You
today.
did. You are. Yeah.
Do you think that's the most Harry Potter sounding word in the English language?
Voluminous. That sounds voluminous extras.
Wow. Question.
Munificent came to mind as well.
Munificent.
Munificent.
What's that mean?
Like
Was that
charitable?
MUNEF or
Yeah.
like magnificent, but munificent.
Munificent.
What does it mean? Charitable?
Like charitable, gracious.
Munificent.
I was thinking, what do you think the least sexy food is? I think it's a hard-boiled egg.
I feel like a personal attack.
That is from
I
that
don't
is
think you make
literally
them as least sexy as possible.
like evidence from her just over the last 6 months just watching you. She's like, Sour Patch Kids, hard-boiled eggs, a handful of chicken.
When we were in Austin, I was eating some hard-boiled eggs, and Jackie was like, so somehow you're making those look grosser.
Bro, in Austin, Feitelberg bought a couple quick hotel hard boils, got his boilies out, and he mashed these boilies up until it was just a big bowl of yolk. Just like, not wet yolk, but just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it all turned yellow. And it has that consistency
Like
when they're hard
chalky,
boiled. It's
yeah.
like, and he just ate the bowl of yolk, and I was like, I can't believe
Dude,
this.
and then I also got a parfait, and I walked around the YMH studios eating it, and afterwards, Jackie, like a day later, Jackie's like, by the way, you were covered in yogurt. She's like, it was all over your lips and face. I was like, what the hell? Why you tell me now, dude? Either tell me in the moment or never tell me.
I was just looking at you, just being like, pull it together.
least sexy food though.
Lobster's up there. Lobster and spaghetti.
Well, yeah,
No,
like,
I
are
would
you
say
talking
lobster
about like
there.
eating it, what you look like when you're eating it, what it
No.
smells like, or just like the very essence of the
Just
food
the
is
sex
unsexy?
appeal of the food.
Like
Oh,
like
okay.
a sloppy Joe.
I would even say like that's
There's some
Like, I would
sexiness
say,
to
like,
the sloppiness.
fruit, very sexy.
Yeah, juicy and
Then you're pretty right. Then a hard-boiled egg.
A hard-boiled
It
egg. But,
is
but
right
what's
up
funny
there.
is I would even say like a soft-boiled egg or like scrambled eggs. Like there's a little bit of sex appeal there.
Yeah.
I think
Hard-boiled
like
egg.
a over easy egg is pretty sexy. Almost.
I think
Yeah.
a poached is the
Poached
hottest.
is the hot-
Yeah.
for
the hottest of eggs.
Yeah.
I think. Wait, what's poached again?
Like when you kind of like you
Put it
spin
in the
the
water?
water and then you drop it in, and it's kind of like a loose
Thing.
This is a
skin
loose egg,
around it.
yeah.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that doesn't sound sexy to me.
Oh,
A loose skin around it is sexy. to
hard-boiled
you?
eggs are sexy, dude.
No.
I'm sorry, I meant
Soft-boiled.
soft-boiled, poached, whatever you call it.
Well, so a soft-boiled egg is like very French, very like. That's a little sexy.
Wait,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
like
what
that.
is
A
soft-boiled?
soft-boiled egg has its own holster.
Exactly.
When they come out in that, it's regal. That's downright
Yeah.
regal.
Like the fact that Kevin, you don't know that is like.
Yeah,
you're
positive.
trash.
White trash doesn't even know what a poached egg or a soft-boiled egg is. But I don't think anything egg is necessarily sexy because it's like it smells and it's eggs
But
are kind of
also,
like
you gotta trace it back, dude. You gotta think back. Eggs.
like sex eggs.
Yeah, fertility.
Yeah.
bro. You gotta think what the mind starts going with.
So like
Like a poached egg kind of looks like a semen.
I was gonna say like
We're talking about sex.
So
now.
you- are you-
We're
are you-
talking about the essence of life?
so are you so like if something was like cum would you be
No, that's why. This is why egg whites not
not
sexy.
but for girls it's like cum.
Could be.
Could be.
For me, a guy turned off by cum. Not for me.
Not for you.
If cum's something that gets you going, yeah, you're probably gonna like a fucking egg white. I don't like protein-based liquids that are white. Not for me.
You talk a lot about protein-based liquids. Like, that comes up very frequently.
At
with
this point, I'm that one. As I was doing it, I was like, Jackie's gonna call us out.
Jackie heard it all, man. So wait, the least I'm trying to think of another one besides the hard-boiled egg.
like I would say like a parfait, sexy. But
I also think the words
Unless
part
you're
of
throwing
it.
it at your face.
yeah, unless you're eating it with those spoons.
Unless you're covered, if it's in your beard, no.
and like Brussels sprouts didn't always used to be, but it's all about PR.
Okay, wait. How about this one? We talked about this the other day. Good or bad, sexy or unsexy, the fajitas.
Fajita, I would lean towards.
Fajita's like a pick me, like
Yeah, it's very
attention.
yeah, because
You're
it's like
good at analyzing food.
it's very look at me. It's very like the try hard of all foods.
yeah.
But also you could say there's like this presentation to it, and it's very
Yeah.
like I think desserts are sexy when there's a drizzle involved. When there's
Well, funny you say the word drizzle. I was gonna say something with a hot honey drizzle.
sure.
Pretty sexy.
You're thinking just about cum.
What?
I think you're thinking about cum.
I was thinking about a pepperoni pizza with a hot honey drizzle.
Okay, but I feel like you keep bringing up like protein-based liquids and like the egg whites and all this.
Yeah, you got cum on the brain.
Bro,
You got cum on the brain.
I said it one time.
Yeah, you said 3 times.
You've
I said it once. She added one.
Even when you're talking about it negative, you're talking about it.
yeah, you are implying cum.
Freudian
at all
cum talk over
times,
here.
Yeah.
I'll own that with the eggs. I reject it with the hot honey drizzle. That one I was picturing a nice warm pizza with a hot honey drizzle.
Yeah, but you picture the drizzle because you're thinking
When
about
you
cum.
say-
Oh yeah, I was picturing it falling out of a dick. Yes.
Guilty as
All
shit.
right, you got me there. I was picturing a guy jerking it off onto the pizza.
We do have a question. If you could cum a condiment, what would it be? Hot honey drizzle's the answer.
Hot honey.
If you could throw hot honey loads, like that's way better. Ladies, am I right? Like, would you rather what you normally have, like the weird fucking coconut water type thick shit, or would you rather some hot honey drizzle?
I would think. I honestly, and this is probably says more about me. When I was thinking about what I would ejaculate,
Ejaculate.
I wasn't thinking about it
my ejaculate.
with a partner involved. I
about
went
your own cleanup?
I went mayonnaise right away, and I was like, I make sandwiches the most. That would be the easiest to just. Cause
You thought about it from your.
like I just use it. I just jerk off on. if I'm just coming mayonnaise.
What's so weird is that it's gross. That's gross.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, if if you told me that what's coming out of your dick is clean, pure mayonnaise, you should just spread it on and use it. But because it's coming out of your dick, it's like tainted.
It for sure is. But I also I have.
Bro, if you were like making sandwiches and you're just like get the bread out, get a couple slices of cheese, and then
open the fridge, I'm like, I'm out of mayonnaise.
There we go. Now you would jerk off right onto your sandwich, or you would jerk off like and then into something and then spread it. You just go right to your sandwich. Because you gotta like have it right. You gotta have the direct.
I go on the bread and then I spread. That's the way I do it with regular mayonnaise.
Okay. Now,
I take a clump and I put it on and then I spread it around.
Spread. Would you? And you would put this on the table.
I do.
You like hold it like.
You know about the marble positioning in my apartment.
Yeah. We've been over the marble position.
All of my marble in my apartment is perfectly dick height.
Perfect dick height.
It is funny to think of like a world where it's like the girl would be like, dude, you chose mayonnaise? Like
Yeah,
everyone got to choose one.
She's like, that's like got too many calories. Yeah. What? I mean, I feel like this is more of a guy thing. It's like a girl, you know, what? Honey's a good answer for a girl.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's your honey pot.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like.
It's your honey pot.
Yeah, it's your honey pot in there. Let me Winnie the Pooh that shit.
Well, I mean,
but for this question more feels like for a guy.
Honey's going to make it all pretty acidic.
Acidic.
Mm.
Yeah, you'd probably have to do a lot of
Questioning?
PR.
Yeah, imagine that. You fucking pick something you think everyone's going to love, and you got to start wearing rubbers all the time because you infect everyone.
Yeah. Like, you can't do hot sauce.
No, can't
be shooting hot sauce. As a girl, what would you want a guy to have?
Probably hot honey. Like, ketchup is I would say, like, for the color, but acidic-wise.
For the color, you said?
Just because, like, it's already red. Like,
wait, what are you talking about for you as a girl?
Like in terms of
Wait, what? What's red?
Jackie, what's red?
Well, I was saying like when you bleed.
My mind went to bleed.
Okay.
My mind went to period, right?
Yeah.
But I was saying, as a girl, what do you want the guy to have?
Yeah, hot honey. Just
hot honey. Yeah, I mean, that's a good answer. That's a great answer. What would you not want him to have? I have an answer.
Guacamole.
That's a good one.
I would do guacamole. Mayonnaise, probably.
Mayonnaise?
No,
I think...
again, because mayonnaise is not sexy.
Mayonnaise is not a sexy condiment.
But it's convenient.
Well, yes. Yeah, but if you're going for... If you use mayonnaise like twice a day, every day, then yeah, you're gonna save money on this.
Just like regular sex, this is about food for me.
Just like everything. It all goes back to food for me. Just like regular sex. This is about food for me is one of the funniest things we've ever done. That is ridiculous.
Dude, when I have sex, I know I keep food nearby. I'm just like, once this is done, I can roll over and I can eat some candy.
And everything tastes better after sex. Your whole body, everything's heightened.
Roll over, grab a Lindt chocolate.
Yeah, some Costanza shit. That's your cigarette. Pop it in. I think the worst thing, and it's kind of like, borderline where it is, blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Delicious, don't get me wrong. But if you're a girl... I mean, a chunky white thing is already kind of where we're at, but that's particularly bad. Like, blue cheese feels like the guy's cum is like expired. It's like regular cum that's gone bad. How about this? Not quite a condiment.
Blue cheese, probably a protein-based liquid, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, not a liquid, but
blue cheese, liquidy.
You're thinking of like a blue cheese crumble.
I'm thinking of blue cheese crumble.
Yeah. But like blue cheese, the dressing has the crumbles in it, so it's like a chunky.
Oh, you think of the dressing?
Yeah, the dressing.
That's not a condiment.
That's not a condiment.
Blue cheese is surely a condiment.
Blue cheese is for sure a condiment.
I guess
if you get like a brick of the blue cheese, then we're talking about a different form of it. But when you order wings and get blue cheese with it, that is a condiment, babe.
Okay.
That's not debatable.
I'm thinking of. I guess I just have like a classier brain. I was thinking of like.
Blue cheese, fuck off.
Dude, Jackie, how's that homeless guy this week?
Yeah. I'm classier than you.
Sorry, I'm
grandpa.
I was denied from multiple bars this weekend
because of my homeless company.
The stench of my friends.
I'm just picturing like little lines coming off that guy while you walk the streets, and everybody you pass turns and goes like, "What the fuck was that?"
That's Jackie and Pigpen.
What are Jackie and Pigpen doing? Rip it. Pigpen, rip it. What about if it was just mashed potatoes?
Not a condiment.
I know. I'm saying get off condiments.
You know what's the least sexy condiment, and also it's just like gross in general, is Russian dressing. I hate people that like Russian dressing.
I hate you.
I'd agree with you on that.
Wait, why?
It's like what are you like in 5th grade?
Yeah.
Combined,
What?
right?
What is it's like ketchup and mayonnaise?
Yes,
right?
it's like Thousand Island kind of.
Yeah.
It's secret sauce.
Gross.
You want to pop it on a sandwich a little bit shorter. You're putting that in your salads. You're an animal.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll do it because I'm white trash. But it's very rare. You know what is an underrated dressing for salads? French dressing. Nobody ever gets that, and it is
I don't even
very
know what
good.
it is.
It's like an orange, tangy type of thing that is very like unique. Like I couldn't even tell you what's in it, and I don't know what else I've ever had it on. But an orange, a French dressing on your salad, underrated. Can you Google what's in French dressing? I couldn't even guess, but it's good. You never see it though. You know, you never like hear. It's never on there.
There we go.
Ketchup, sugar, olive oil, white vinegar, celery seed, chili powder. Those are all good. That all sounds
Yeah.
good. That all sounds good.
pretty tight.
I think Russian is very good. By the way, fuck you guys. You get a little.
I don't even know what that is.
Russian dressing's like almost like it's ketchup, mayonnaise, relish is I think like the.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good on cheeseburger.
It's great. I mean, it's secret sauce on a Big Mac. It's literally, arguably, what made McDonald's what it is today, and you pricks don't like it.
I think I just remember this one kid that used to just make like a whole tray's worth of it every single lunch, and that's probably.
Well, that's what oh, by the way, if you're like a kid in elementary school eating Russian dressing, psycho. Psycho shit right there. Okay, wait. So, what did you, Jackie, did you ever answer what you think is hot? You said hot honey is, and what do you think is the least sexy food?
Least sexy food or like
Either condiment or food.
probably mayo or food, hard-boiled eggs. I stand by that.
Mayo. Hard-boiled eggs. That's a good one. We should put that into ATI. Everybody reply with what you think your least favorite, least sexy and most sexy foods and condiments are, because there's a fine line of sex and food.
Yeah.
But it's not really anybody who, when you start to actually mix food and sex, if you bring hot sauce, chocolate sauce, and whipped cream and shit, mess. Absolute nightmare.
Dude, one time I was going down on a girl. I was in college, and I was like trying to be sexy and all that stuff. Again, we're in college.
I was gonna say, problem number one is just that when you're like a 20-year-old dude and you're like, I'm gonna be sexy tonight. Oh heavens to Betsy, no, you are not.
But like had like a Bud Light, like old can, you know what I mean? Like the silver and blue can, like Bud Light vertically.
Yeah.
And
what'd you do with the can?
I just like poured it on her like a little bit, and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" She thought it was funny ultimately, but like she was like, "What are you doing?"
Jackie just went, "Oh."
It's like I don't
like on her
know.
belly, like on her
like
stomach?
it was. I mean, it was more towards a pussy, but it was like she was like, "What was that?"
Talk about a yeast infection. Jesus.
I was like,
Jesus.
I was like, I'm trying to do something. She's like, "Yeah, let's not."
Let's
do that."
not. Did you like get her like a towel?
Yeah, we stopped having sex.
Yeah, she walked out of the room. We never
Don't
talked
get me
again.
wrong. We laughed about it, but it ended the romance.
What are you doing? Yeah, I feel like anytime I've done like, I remember doing like it's high. All these things are like when you're young and you don't realize, it's like just put the D in the V and get it over with in 7 minutes and everyone's happy. But it was like, like Valentine's Day in like high scholl. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like, we're doing like chocolate covered strawberries, and then like all of a sudden you're trying to mix that shit up, and it's like, let me just finger you. Those are my hands that I haven't washed. Let's call it a fucking night. Anyway, Jackie dates homeless guys, so crazy. All time right there. Everybody knows by now that Gametime is the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. That means every time you see someone from Barstool at a game, at a concert, at a stand-up comedy show, at a Broadway play, at any sort of live entertainment, you know they are in the building solely because of Gametime. Gametime has the most affordable and best tickets available right at the click of a button. All you got to do is download the Gametime app. What do we got there?
Right here. I mean, this is pretty easy for me because I'm using it this weekend. So
Where you going?
Where you think I'm going, dog? Friday night. Fall Out Boy, MSG.
Silly question.
Yeah.
Silly question.
I'm actually very disappointed because I'm flipping around the app right now, and Nolan Taylor is playing the Mercury Lounge on Friday night.
Mercury Lounge is a great venue, too.
Great venue. Nolan Taylor is an artist I am aware of because of Chaps. Chaps has blogged him for back in the day with some of his whiskey drinking music. I forget exactly what he would call the playlist.
Yeah.
But Nolan Taylor is a great kind of like winter country.
You got to pick
I don't know what the genre you want to
Fall
call it
Out
is.
Boy or Nolan Taylor.
Well, that's at 6 p.m.
Ooh, a little double dip for your boy.
Yeah.
It all made possible by Gametime because all you got to do is swipe and buy these tickets. Two clicks in 10 seconds, you can buy the tickets and get in the building. They are tickets that maybe you ordinarily could never afford, and the price drops. Or maybe they're tickets you never thought you would get.
There's also Merrily We
makes them
Roll
available.
Along available for $115. If you are someone who's listening to this in New York City, get the tickets to Merrily We Roll Along. It's awesome.
Was that a Broadway show?
Broadway show. It's a Sondheim old show, I believe.
Okay.
Daniel Radcliffe stars it.
Wow. Okay.
Great.
Get your Harry Potter on. Best app with
Jonathan Groff as well.
Best app to get the best price available with up to 60% off your favorite events. They have sales by date. They have sales by location, flash sales that just pop up at any given moment where you can buy tickets and get in the building for your favorite live events. So take out the guesswork of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and then check out using code KFC. Get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Gametime app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
It's actually a great idea to have to flip around the app, too, because even just doing that in those 2 seconds, like I didn't know Nolan Taylor was in town this weekend. Had Fall Out Boy not been in town, I definitely would go to that show. There's some cool shit you can kind of see. That you don't always know who's in town. Like I've had Bargatze come to town. I'm like, I didn't realize Nate was here. Like, and the only reason I realized it is because I was in a ticketing app looking for tickets to another show. I was like, wait, Bargatze's here tonight? Never mind, let's go to that. So it is something that I'm saying out loud, so I do it more often, but not a bad idea.
You mentioned you called the egg regal, right?
Yes.
Of all foods, the egg is regal. I'm all in on this Kate Middleton situation. But I find myself in a pickle these days as the 1 Minute Man. 1 Minute Man News Network, the most reliable news network on the internet, trademark. You know your boy loves a good conspiracy theory.
Yes.
You know I keep that tinfoil on me. The problem is, when I get going with these things for fun and entertainment, I then get lumped in with the actual crazies, you know? The consequence of my own actions, I understand. But, like, what starts out in the beginning of me being like, yo, something fishy's going on here, then the real crazies come out, and I'm like, well, all right, it's not like that, you know?
What do the real crazies think it is currently?
So, like, there was this one account, these two girls that were doing it that gained, like, a lot. They have Where the Fuck is Kate Middleton is their series called, is what their series is called. And I think at part 27 they're at. 27 reels. And they all have, like, 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 4 million views. Like, they're crushing it. But they also, over the last 2 weeks, are kind of just, like, grasping at shit now because they got these numbers, you know? I think there's something up. But they and this one's not even all that far-fetched, but they're just, like, it went from, like, she's fucking, you know, there's this problem. No, wait, we're pivoting over here to it's an affair. No, wait, we're pivoting back to, you know, this thing. I think something's up.
Surely. It's been two months, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, here's the thing. So she had surgery. She was last seen on Christmas, had surgery in January, and they said she had an abdominal surgery. She will be back on March 31st. Now, if March 31st comes and she's just back, then it's like, we fucking told you guys.
Yeah.
But every action, the palace, which is funny, it's like, what does that mean? The palace. Is there like a guy with a phone? You know what I mean? Like, who is it? Is it a PR team? Is it a fucking
I would guess it's a
butler?
pretty large team.
Is there a like one person who runs these accounts? You know, like the palace. It's as mysterious as Jackie. And like they put out these fake pictures and then kind of doubled down. If they just stuck to it, like, yo, we told you she's getting surgery.
Yeah.
And it's pretty heavy. And like, she doesn't want to be seen for like, some people are speculating she has a colostomy bag and that's embarrassing. Whatever.
Right.
She could have just said that. But they're like, then they put out fake Photoshopped pictures and they put out tweets saying like from Kate being like, yeah, it was me Photoshopping. It's like, but my main
But
thing,
it wasn't Kate who said that.
the tweet was allegedly Kate.
But the tweet was signed C.
Yeah, Catherine.
Oh, I thought her name was a K.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Catherine, but Cathhr.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
My thing is,
Kate Middleton's not with a K?
Well, Kate with a K.
Kate is because a lot of people don't do CATE for Kate.
So her name's Catherine, but she switches it for the K. That's weird.
It seems weird.
I've definitely seen it. Yeah, that's.
But there's pretty few CATE Kates.
Yeah, but I just thought that you don't go by Kate.
Right.
I didn't realize
Then you become-
switched the first letter.
Yeah.
That's a little bizarre.
I agree. It's almost as crazy as calling yourself Dick if you're Richard. One of the craziest things that all of humankind ever agreed to. Someone was like, "I'm Richard," and like, should we call him Rich for short? Richie? No, Dick. And that person was like, "Yeah, okay, cool." Like when that happened, were those people like in like fourth grade being like, "I'm Dick"? That is the craziest thing of all time. That's crazier than Jackie with the homeless guy. Like if you are 9 years old being like, "Nice to meet you, I'm Dick." Your parents never gave you a shot. My thing with this picture, they posted it on Mother's Day in the UK. It's they do it in March. If she's like this, then you can't go back to the surgery was difficult and she looks bad. You know what I mean?
But why does it have to be a current picture?
Because they said it was.
They said this is a current
They
picture?
said they were like, "Look, Kate's celebrating. This is Kate celebrating Mother's
But
Day."
did they say today?
I mean, I don't know. But that
people
was
post pictures with their parents on Mother's Day when they weren't
true.
with
I think this was at least like heavily implied because I think the palace was like, "Look, she's celebrating Mother's Day. She's fine." But it's like if she is okay to do that, then like she would be okay to like you can't then go back to like, "Oh my God, the surgery was so terrible. She's bedridden," because she's clearly not.
Yeah.
Or she looks terrible or whatever. It's like if you're trying to pass this off as true, then you've lost the other lie. They're just very bad. Like some people are like, "She's fucking dead." So these crazy things. I think it's just amazing how bad they are at PR when their whole thing is just being PR.
Yeah.
The entire thing.
But also like people going into like these Photoshops, like I imagine if you break down every picture the palace ever posted, there's a lot of Photoshop.
Totally. And like some of these things.
They're like, look at this. Like I imagine there has not been a unaltered
Single,
photo
untouched,
ever
yeah.
posted for
Yeah.
that account.
Yeah.
Which is like that's a lot. That's most of the accounts on the internet. Like
Yeah.
most people post pretty Photoshop pictures.
Right. I think this was more like
I saw
they
someone break it
Photoshopped,
down, being
these
like,
people into the photo. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that picture of the kids like that like exists. It's almost like the whole thing was fabricated, which would be crazy.
I saw someone like being like, "This look, you can tell this is her cover of like some other picture she took."
the Vogue magazine.
And it's like, well, yeah, it's her face.
yeah, but that one did. I heard that one.
Like,
I heard
shit.
if you really
she
break
looks
that,
exactly the same. You're
I know,
right.
but it's like it was like this face, and then like everything around it changed, and it stayed like perfect.
But it's her face.
Yeah. But
Like,
I don't
her
know.
face
I mean,
is her face.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you put like another, if you're like, this is actually Robert Downey Jr. It's like, well, yeah, now like, but it's with Kate Middleton.
Yeah,
You're right, it is
But
a
I think it would be weird to have two pictures of like the exact same like angle and all that. But I also
In
heard
fact,
when-
I don't think these
when
pictures
you-
look all that much alike.
Yeah, like, I think when you actually break it down, like there's like different makeup and shit like that. But the video that they were like putting out there was like, it looked like they just changed everything.
That's
around
the
that
thing
woman.
with conspiracies to me, that those people are like making alterations. And
So
it
that
feels
was my
like-
point. Is like then it becomes like I'm down to ride, and I think it's just crazy that like the queen dies, the king is like dead, almost dead, like he's dying, and he's gonna probably abdicate, and then like all then all of a sudden they're happy. Like, it's too coincidental to me that, like, all this shit is going on when she's, like, about to ascend to be the queen. You know what I mean? It just feels like some shit's going down because everything else is, like, hectic and crazy. That, like, all of a sudden this is the only time she's ever had any sort of, like, disappearance is, like, right when everything's about to happen. That just seems probably unlikely to me. But they also say that William's got a side piece, and she was like, we're not doing this unless you, like, cut her out of our life, but she's kind of a royal too, and they're like, we can't really do that because that, like, she already has kind of her own power. It seems like a fucking mess over there, bro.
I don't. What's that all about?
She's like Lady Hamburg or some shit like that, and it's been rumored like forever that like William was like at a nightclub with her once and like got caught a couple times like in a situation where it's like, I mean, I guess they could be friends, but I don't know about that. It's it's more likely that these are people who've been married who probably don't like each other anymore and are like fucking other people, except it's all extremely heightened and crazy because they're on a global scale. And she probably is like, this shit sucks. But, I mean, there's a million different ways, conspiracies that are floating that are, like, ranging from, like, I could see it being, like, she doesn't like this other bitch being in her life, ranging to, she's in a coma and shit like that. But either way, the PR of it all, what would you do, like, if you had a prominent position like this, like what would be your PR move? I think I would have just stuck to the surgery.
I think I just be like,
that's what makes me think that she's not coming back on March 31st, and they're like, fuck, we got to do something,
I don't think I would. I mean, like, it's hard to say.
If you were in, whatever position, and you were gone, and then like the first thing you posted on Instagram was like a Photoshop picture, and then the second thing you posted was like some weird tweet being like, I was just experimenting with Photoshop. I'd be like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah,
what are you doing? Yeah. I don't know what. Like, I'm not saying what is happening or not happening, but I'd be like, what is the angle here? And so the fact that the royal palace is like, again, their entire thing is just like, how do you appear to the public? That's all they fucking do is basically relate to the public, and their public relations is terrible. There was a tweet that was like, it's not colonialism, it's not racism, it's not pedophilia that took down the monarchy, it's TikTok and Instagram, because they don't know how to fucking run these accounts, and they don't know what people, how people are going to react. But yeah, my hope is that she's doing some gangster shit, like with the being like I'm about to be queen, so like we're doing shit my way. Disappears. I'm hoping for like real life Game of Thrones type shit. Like if it would be like the season finale of episode 4 is like what's her face Tyrell like runs away with the fucking dragon and is hiding and they don't know how to get her or whatever. But this shit has people captivated. People. Are you a Royals girl at all, Jackie?
Not really, but I'm interested in this.
Yeah, sure. This one seems to break out of the general. Yeah. Why I like her? She used to be a cool.
It is crazy just that like Kate Middleton has to be back before
some deadline.
Your wide receiver does. Like a month and a half is not long to disappear for surgery.
Yeah.
Your fucking running back. You're like, all right, he's gone 6 months. We'll see him then.
Totally. But again, that's why I would just be like. Yeah, no, listen, she had surgery. Yeah. We already fucking said this. That's what makes me think you're lying, is if you couldn't just stick to your original story when it was totally plausible.
But they didn't change the story.
But like as
far as I know.
All of the pictures and the Photoshop tweets, like, were all in an effort to be like, look, everything's fine. And they're making it worse rather than just like, if it was me, I think like the tweet from Kate would have just been like, I've seen what's going on the internet. There's crazy speculation. Like, we just want to reiterate, I'm taking some time to recover from my surgery. That would be a lot better of a way to handle it than, look at this photo, I'm fine. Oh, wait, no, I did Photoshop it, but that's just because I'm an amateur photographer. Like, what? Just be yo.
This is one of those things, like everyone, climbing on, like, Instagram out of the community notes that picture, being like, this is Photoshopped. Oh, that's the one you
Yeah,
Instagram?
now we're gonna do that.
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
could do that to
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
a million
Right.
pictures.
That's bullshit. That's fucking. If I'm Kate
altered
Middleton-
photo / that's your fucking feeding into everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, Instagram, I dare you to start doing that on every altered photo. You'll be out of business in a week.
I guess there's a difference too, though. Of like, this picture is fabricated versus like it's touched up or altered. But the amount people were like, look at the wheels on her car. Like the spokes are exactly the same, and I was kind of like, I think that's probably how the spokes are.
Yeah.
I think they're all probably lined up. I think they always just go in a circle and fucking line up that way. I don't know, man.
People were saying, I thought it was interesting, like the way that she's, I mean, A, wearing skinny jeans, and B, crossing her legs. Like after abdominal surgery, apparently, like you're not supposed to wear anything tight, and like you're not supposed to like cross your legs. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I mean that's also where people become doctors. They become photograph experts. They become, everything. But man, this life sucks, huh? Like you can't. What I loved about her is she was a down ass bitch. When they first got together, they were. There's pictures of them shit faced together. Type in like Kate, Princess William drunk. There's pictures of them in the back of like Uber. It's like The one picture I thought was real. It would have been the greatest picture of all time. You seen the picture with the king? It's him with his shirt like open. They're on like a balcony, and she wrote "King" in lipstick on his chest.
No.
And apparently, it's like a photographer who her shtick is that she basically fakes those kind of pictures. But I was like, that would be the most gangster picture of all time. And then when they're young and drunk and partying, and she's like, "You're gonna be fucking king one day." Oh.
I've seen that.
But like they were booze bags. She used to get after it. That girl enjoyed a pint or three. So, I mean, people, like March 31st, people are going to be like, it's going to be like the Y2K countdown. It's also funny that it's like, they said like she'll be back at Easter, which makes more sense.
Yeah.
But now people are saying, when's Easter? March 31st. So they have like a deadline where it's like, what do you think, she's going to pop out at midnight? Like, she's probably going to do some Easter shit. Well, what if, I don't know, the Easter plans change? People, if it goes to April 1st, people are going to forget about it.
It is just
They're going
weird
to be like,
that
she's
people,
dead, send in the
like,
authorities.
As a collective, people decide we deserve these answers.
Crazy.
Like why
Crazy.
do they owe it to us?
I think it starts out as like the Britney Spears thing. Like people are worried. There are people who are obsessed with her to the point that they're like, this is like Princess Diana. She's like, it's unsafe, all that shit. And then it turns into, we haven't seen you in public. Why
you
not?
owe it to me. Where are you?
Yeah.
I'll
Fuck
fucking
you.
like tell me where you are when you tell me. I don't know. The like outrage, not outrage. Outrage is a dead word. But like everyone like
the expectations.
like you come like I was trying to find the original Instagram post, and it's like we must know where Kate Middleton. Why
Yeah.
must you know?
Yeah.
She's probably just doing, I don't know, like it's
Also, I don't
an
think
Occam's razor thing. Where it's
her-
like she's probably just doing something like it's probably close to the truth, and then that picture Photoshop got weird, and
I think the only thing that's a little bit suspect is the kids have not been seen at all. And I was trying to think, like, if I was going through surgery and like in hiding, you would still see like my kids with the nanny and shit like that. So some people think that like she's like in mama bear mode, like I'm gone and I'm taking the kids with me.
maybe.
Because that I could be like, well, okay, you're in hiding or whatever, but like, why your kids are also with you?
Yeah.
In the hospital or whatever.
But I also like I don't know.
Never even seen
I
the
don't ever see the kids. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
They're the people who like the Royals are like, I think the Royals stands are like, they make like the Kardashian stands look like fucking child's play. Because there's at least some, there's this like air about them that they have to act in a certain way. If Kim Kardashian does whatever she wants, she does whatever she wants. The Royals is like, you're not allowed to wear that hat at Easter, and she is. Fucking. But yeah, I'm circling April 1st on the calendar. I just want to watch the UK burn if this chick doesn't just show up, or if she does and she's just like, "Happy Easter, motherfuckers! I'm the motherfucking Easter bunny."
It's gangster to come back on. Like
I'll
make my debut on Easter.
Yeah. Roll the fucking door out. I hope she does is I hope she rolls into Easter brunch with like another dude on her arm and she's like, I told you I'd be back. This is the guy I'm fucking. So yeah, we're all on Kate watch. I think I had one other thing before.
I have one thing. I think I've cracked a code everyone's incessantly bitching about tipping. And
Yeah,
tipping
that is a
culture
big thing,
and all
yeah.
that stuff. If you are somebody who works a register,
Yeah.
and you have the automatic tip thing, tell me hit no tip. Oh, buddy, 30% coming your
Every
way.
time. Every time. You think I'm not gonna? You think I'm gonna no tip you because you told me?
I think shout out to the people who work cash register. I think they're catching on to the nuisance, and they're hearing the
Complaints.
uproar. Because I had someone they just reach over and hit no tip. But if you and that way I'm not gonna smack your hand away. But if you tell me hit no tip and just sign.
Oh no, sir.
Nah, dude, I'm not hitting no tip.
Can I put in 50%?
Yeah.
Can I?
That is because I won't complain. I mean, what a guy that was.
Yeah, yeah. Not only it's twofold. It's like not only was that like a good move by you, but it also kind of challenges me. What do you think? I can't tip you?
Yeah.
You think I can't afford $2.15
Just hit no tip and sign.
extra? Yeah.
Get out
How
of
about
here.
double
You're
that?
talking crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Come on,
very...
you did so much while I walked around carrying all this stuff and put it here.
I do. It's a lot. There's a lot of tipping culture complaining.
But I mean, you gotta find your ways around it. And if you tell me
That is a smart
no
one.
tip,
That is a very smart one. Big old tip. KFC Radio is sponsored by BetterHelp. And all of us here at KFC Radio wish that we had a little more time in our lives. It's the most precious of all commodities. The question is, time for what, though? If you had unlimited time, what would you do? What would you do with unlimited time?
find out what's happening with Kate Middleton, probably.
The best way to squeeze that special thing into your schedule and to know what's important to you and to make it a priority. And that's where therapy can come in to help you find out what matters the most to you, what you're going to do with that time, and you can do more of it. BetterHelp is the online virtual mental health giant at this point who has conquered the whole industry because they have the best doctors available in all different forms. You can text with them, you can call them, you can video conference with them, all sorts of telehealth options. If you don't like the person, you can move on to a new one until you find a perfect match, and they will help you work through all of your issues, talk out everything in your life, and you can fit it all in with that extra time because it's all done online. No wasting time, no time to spare. You just go on the internet and find the person and start fixing your problems today. You don't have to worry about commuting. You don't have to worry about going to the office. You don't have to worry about waiting in the waiting room. No wasted time. All convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist right now. And if you want to switch, it's no charge. Go to BetterHelp.com/KFC today to get 10% off your first month and learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/KFC. All right, we got Donald Rollins on the show in the back half with his interview. He's got a new special out and a couple great Dave Chappelle stories as well as his own career. One of the funniest guys out there. He absolutely fucking smoked DJ Envy in the Breakfast Club in New York. I think it was like right after our interview. He went to the Breakfast Club. Did you see that? You know, DJ Envy is a guy in New York who he started to he was having a conversation with Charlemagne about like comedy, and Envy tried to jump in and he was like, "I'm not talking to you, Envy. We're not talking about like trying to flip houses and scam people." This guy got caught doing that, and he went like, "Oh, sorry, sir." It was crazy. He just smoked him on that. So we got Donald Rollins. We'll get into our voicemails. First, Bruno Mars, though. We don't talk about Bruno. $50 million in debt at the Wynn or wherever, somewhere in Vegas. MGM, I think.
MGM Grand.
MGM Grand. $50 million. I don't care who you are. That's a problem. You're in some trouble. Like, I've heard stories of celebrities who are, especially in Vegas, you get in trouble with your gambling, and then you're like, just add another date to our tour there. And, like, you make it back, you know? You can barter, $1 million or $2 because it's like $1 million or $2 million because I'll just sell out your arena, your theater, your club, whatever it is again and again. 50, you might be in some trouble.
MGM Grand, I mean, this is the hotel we stayed in Vegas.
That's right.
For a week.
Yeah.
They could use $50 million.
Yeah, that's also the thing, too, is like we're not talking about. I mean, no casino is going to let you just run up $50 million and not be affected by it. But they're not like the top dog where they can be like, yeah, we let this guy slide on 50.
Yeah,
they
I only ate
need
a meal the whole week.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Doesn't. It's not the most enjoyable places. So maybe that's the problem is they let people just run up $50 million bills and don't actually cash in on any money. I also feel like this getting out is like. I mean, I guess when it gets to 50 is when people stop protecting you because the whole thing I feel like is these guys keep it quiet. You can come, you can gamble. People won't know about your winnings or your losses because I'm sure people have, they're hiding it from family and wives and the public and all that shit. So the fact that it's just like we know this is crazy.
Dude, Bruno Mars is the fucking man.
Love him.
Like, dude,
imagine this little
Bruno
guy
Mars
just running around.
Vegas stories got arrested for doing coke. And $50 million in debt. That's my guy.
Like I mean,
that's my fucking guy.
Can you imagine him just being like, doubling down some fucking blackjack, being like, all right, like the hot streak's here. Like we're gonna dig out of this $50 million hole. How does that? I mean, what's his net worth? What do you think Bruno Mars' net worth is?
I have it, but
I would say 150.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like
175.
175. I was gonna say 200. I mean, 50 out of 175 is, you know what I mean. We're not talking about fucking Zuckerberg here.
I mean, you still have at the end of it $125 million.
Yeah, but you never know like what you're talking about, like liquid and shit. Being able to like pay off 50 mil is a different
No, I'm not
story.
saying he can pay it off. I'm just saying like once he does, he's
okay. Yeah. I guess in that sense, it's if you were to what's that? A quarter of your money almost. I don't know. You lose a quarter of your money, it's not great. Because also, if you live this lifestyle of $50 million debts, like 125 probably doesn't cover it all when you're because of the way he lives.
Yeah.
If you're willing to let it rip on, I would love to know like what his game is.
Bruno Mars, I also think is crazy. I maybe I'm wrong. Crazy underrated. Is he? Like, do people think of him as like a pop guy? Like,
underrated?
Yeah.
I don't think you can be underrated and play at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's pretty big.
But like even like
but
that
I get
was,
what you mean, kind of like
I think people think of him as like I take a grenade for you.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Silk Sonic, that album is
that one. You can say that's underrated because that didn't
that's one of my favorite albums of the last 5-10
Yeah.
years. That album's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's where I think you can say people don't appreciate what he did because that was like a soul R&B,
that
creation,
truly
collaboration.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's got
hits.
He is so small, so small, dude. He is a little tiny man. If he's listed at 5'5", he's 5'3", which is crazy. Jackie, what's the lowest
he could make all that money back. Just walk around the MGM Grand going, guess how tall I am. $5, guess my height.
Is that Taylor over there?
Yeah. This picture's crazy.
Oh my God, that can't be real, is it? Her legs are extended there, no?
I'm sure it's angle, but like, that's nuts.
Instagram's gonna throw an altered photo warning on that.
I saw. Oh my! No! Come on, they made Taylor look 9 feet tall there. That is a great one. Do you guys know of the storyline, if you will, and the rash of pictures of Dave looking like a midget?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know all those ones?
Yeah.
God, somebody sent me a picture of Dave in the pink, the purple penny when he's holding the 2 basketballs when he did the double dribble challenge.
Yeah.
And I mean, he just looked like such a midget. And then I saw the blog about it, and it was like, it actually really. I mean, that's amazing. Millmore did such a good job with the photoshops that are just enough to be believable that every time I was like, no fucking way, that one's real. There is a Photoshop version of the Golden Gate Bridge one where he's like really small.
That one's not real.
I think that one's real.
He's so tiny. Is that you in the?
No, because I wasn't there.
Oh, is that Whitney?
I think
that's
that
Caleb, Hank, Dan, and looks like Gaz to the left.
Oh, it's Gaz. Okay, then maybe it is real. I thought that was you, Kevin.
It does kind of look like me. But that's the game those guys play, Quigs and them, where it's like always just enough. But the blog he wrote was like, it really made me long for the blogging days where, now everything's like a video where you're defensive or a podcast where you're yelling and it's all argumentative and shit. And like the blog was just like, I'm going to address this topic, but I'm going to do it in a very funny way and people are going to laugh about it. And
I actually
just
would
like a peacefuler time in that.
Say
in that
the peaceful time, yes. Because now I would say the realest things are blogged out.
The realist are blogged. What do you mean?
The realest beefs happen on a blog.
True. I think that's also, it's a little bit of a
like when
indirect way to.
When we did the other day, when we did the Chicago, New York nonsense, Nate was like, "Will you blog this?" And I was like, on a blog, like that reads
different.
Like,
What'd you think
we're just
of,
having a conversation, talking. That's like.
What'd you think of blog accountant Francis? Blog. What do they call it? Like the. Never mind.
I would agree with him. I think it's one of those things like both people are right.
So if you don't know, Francis wrote a blog saying Barstool blogs are not long enough, and that most of the top bloggers, which we measure by like volume of blogs, are a lot of times just being like, Jersey Jerry is golfing till he gets a hole in one, and you just embed his tweets and be like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then that gets a lot of clicks, and you're the number one blogger of the week. Whereas, especially Francis will write like it's almost like a chapter of a book where he takes on an angle and like makes up a theme and all this shit.
I think so you guys can relate to this. I'll equate it to the NBA. I think the 2-point shot has kind of disappeared.
The mid-range jumper.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's either a slam dunk like here's Jerry, or it's a logo 3. Like back in the day, we used to do there were times it wasn't as often because Twitter wasn't as big and all that shit. Like it wasn't like this has to be on the blog immediately. Mm-hmm. It was basically like Sunday NFL games. You had to have something up after the game.
Yep.
Or playoff games.
Yep.
And it would be a much shorter blog, but there would be effort put into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would agree. Everything doesn't have to be as long as Francis's, but I would agree throw a little something in there. And the argument being like people aren't coming to read that. True. Make them happy they did.
Yeah. We also I used to post like right away and then you go back and add. You know what I mean? Like get something up that just has your immediate reaction, and then also, then you start to add and press publish so that everything grows. So by the time, you got that blog up right away, but 15 minutes later it's like a full blog.
And sometimes the funniest thing you can do is have one line.
I mean,
but if that's the funniest thing you can do, sure. But if the one line you're writing is like, here's Jerry's swing,
that's stupid. Right. Yeah, I mean, I wrote a 1-word blog once. It was a guy who killed himself in the holding cell, and then they said not guilty, and he thought he was gonna be guilty, and he somehow killed himself in the jail cell, and then they the jury was like, no, you weren't going to jail. And I just wrote whoops, and people loved it. People loved it. I literally wrote 1 word, and that was up for 40 minutes. We used to do it in New York. You guys used to do half hour, 40 minutes of work. I just said whoops, but it was enticing to be like, can I do that again somehow?
Yeah. Does this look like the face of?
Yup. Yes, that was a great one. You could only use that sometimes. It was like a good. But it did, Dave just being like, once again, the internet is running amok with rumors that I'm short, and he did the Danny Boy Kane in no way, shape, or form was I ever this short. I'm 5'10". He did say something like a medium, and I was like, that's.
I mean, Dave, objectively, Dave is, I think, either average or above average height.
I think he's 5'10", and I think average is 5'9". So he's technically above average. He just happens to work at a giant company. There was a couple. Remember when Dave was in his fan base really was 13-year-olds for a while?
Yeah.
That was funny because he was constantly with pictures of children.
Yeah.
And he was taller than them, but barely. And it was always just you're with kids, you're with these little kiddies all the time. But it It was just, I don't know. It was a different time. And I'm sure it's romanticizing the past and all that, but it was like, those blogs always were good, you know?
Dude, speaking of Francis, you mentioned, I watched the full video, but the clip in particular, him and Dana, they have to keep doing that. It's unbelievable.
What was it?
Him just teaching Dana.
Oh, yes. Yeah. He was just like, I'm doing a video.
Did you watch the clip?
I didn't.
Pull up. Just you have to pull the video. Go to my Twitter because I quote tweeted it fairly recently.
I saw the clip of when Dana didn't know the word like skirt or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, so
I
you
did.
saw that clip.
I kind of saw it. Play that again,
dude. The ending of the clip is so good.
So Francis did a series where he was working on a series where he's just going to teach.
I think it's Dana.
Oh, it's Dana's things.
Yeah.
Here's me teaching Dana elementary math because he's stupid. It's so fucking mean. Okay, let it rip.
I know stuff, but I don't. Does that make sense?
Nope.
I have an interesting brain where I can sit down and I can name you the 10-man rotation of every NBA team.
I think that if I had spent as much time shirking important,
What is that?
not doing, avoiding.
Shirking.
Yeah,
That's not a word.
it sure is.
Simply isn't. Is it like Shrek, but just E and R switched?
Shirk. S-H-I-R-K.
So close to Shrek.
Do you need to relate it to
No, I
something
don't,
that
but that's where
childish
my head goes.
for it to
Or
take hold?
smirk.
Smirk. This is how your brain works?
Yes.
That looks like this?
I
so
wouldn't call myself dumb. I would call myself weird.
I think dumb's fine.
Yes.
Dude,
See,
I
that's-
watched like that clip. It's
This
very
is
hard to
perfect.
get me to go watch a video. I went and watched. It's fantastic. It's like 7 minutes. It's great.
This is where perfect example, and it's not always easy, but in this case, it finally like clicked. Like, tell a lot of people a lot of times, like, do what you do.
Right.
Do what you're good at. And it's not the easiest thing to be the Harvard like asshole, because that's not the most likable thing. But if you find it in a way, like, this is what he always should have been doing, and just talk to the dummies here and do it kind of in, you know, this arrogant way, but it comes across as funny. Dumb's fine.
I think dumb's fine.
So good. And, you know, you go from Dana, you do Marty, you do White Sox Dave, you do
I
a
think
bunch
this
of
is
people.
a Dana production though. I think Dana is having people teach him things.
That's great too, but
But I
I feel
think
like
just these two should
Francis
stick
needs to
together.
be. Yeah,
I think-
Francis needs to be a part of it. If you ask me, that is.
I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure.
No, I mean,
But
it's on Dana's thing. You know, Francis teaches me.
It's on
middle
Dana's thing, but Francis said that he's starting a series with him.
Okay, so it's the
So
two of
I
them.
think it's the
nonstop.
two of them, but it's
that's
on
that's
Dana's
the way it
That's
should
that's
be.
magic
great.
too. Yeah. That is that. Oh, smirk. Like it has
So,
to
yeah,
relate
like
to another word.
Dude, actually, speaking of Dana, did you see the other clip of them?
I saw Marty and
Rocket
Dana.
Man?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that was great.
When it just kept going, when they were upset that it went to like 64, and I was like, knowing that it goes to 256, and I was like, you're not even close.
No, it went to 1,000.
Went to 1,000.
Yeah.
What would they have won on that? Like it's literally like a
4,000.
1,000 multiplier.
It's you bet. Yeah, you bet. So they won 400. You bet like a couple bucks.
Yeah.
And you bet,
yeah.
I believe, where.
But had
it
they
goes to.
thrown like a $200 bet, it would have
Yeah.
been fucking bananas. Man, that is those two guys just sitting there dressed like astronauts or whatever. Magic, man. But that is dumb's fine. Dumb's
I
fine.
think
That's right up
dumb's
there. We'll
fine.
rip it. Last thing, I experimented with it this weekend. We got to do it a little more officially. Jackie, I would love you involved for this, but I painted on my eyebrows this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That did not sound good the way you said that, Jackie.
Well,
I use, like, it looked like a mascara brush, but it was, you know what I mean?
wait, but you didn't dye it. You just
No,
did
I
it.
just
Yeah,
painted
yeah,
them
yeah.
on. Like,
How'd it
with the,
go? Because I got the same issue.
no, you don't.
What?
In the summertime, big time.
Summertime, maybe.
Yeah.
But, bro, if you look at you have eyebrows. You
Yeah,
can see
but then
them.
they just go away in an hour of sun. Go away.
Yeah, I mean, so it started with me in the summertime. I would my skin would get darker, my hair would get lighter, but then as that faded, I would go back to pale, And then it wasn't even necessarily the hair change, but the contrast change, you know? And then all of a sudden this year, it just didn't come back. I think it stayed blonde and it went gray. And probably some of it fell out as well. So I had no eyebrows I haven't had really no eyebrows for months now. And I got them painted on. And it was one of those things where it was like
at an establishment or yourself?
No, myself. Yeah. And my mom actually got it for me for my birthday. It was like I don't know what they're called. Do you know what it's called? Maybe it's 4 eyebrows? Probably brow painter thingy.
Are you just talking about like was it a pencil or?
No, it was like a mascara brush. Like it had the brush on the end.
Okay, yeah.
And then
like gel. But
yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Instead of doing like your eyelashes,
do you have a photo or do you want to see it live?
Yeah. So but I think
it'd be better a reveal. I think it'd be better.
Yeah, I want to do
walking out of a room and me seeing.
Yeah, and I also want to do it the proper. I want to do like the. I think I want to dye it. I think it's better. There's a little more risk involved if I just go all in and dye it. And I think Joey was going to do it, but Jackie, I would like you involved as well.
So, did it look good?
I think it's impossible for me to judge because I think I have eyebrows. Like if I close my eyes, I just like think I have eyebrows. And even when I look at myself, I'm like, I don't know. But then when, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my perception of myself is that I still have eyebrows. So I can't really quite tell. But I mean, as I was watching, like I filmed, like as it's getting painted on, it's like, it looks like you can see like a brown stroke. You know what I mean? Like it's very clearly going from nothing to something. I don't know if it made that big of a difference, but that's one of those things I think it's pretty narcissistic to be like, what do you guys think? And it's like, it's your fucking face. You know what I mean? If I pointed out before and after, you'd probably be like, oh, wow. But it's not something that is, but I do believe it might help me look younger. I think you just look weird when you have no brows. You look like, and that just makes you look old. But I'm getting the patchy, I have gray patches in my beard. Did I tell that story about how the girl said, oh yeah, I knew you from the gray patch? That was tough. And then no brows, starting to look like Uncle Leo. So,
it is like if I Photoshop a photo of you, if I apply like any filters, your eyebrows go away. And it's inconvenient for me because it's like I'm trying to save the eyebrows, but I can't save them when I Photoshop it.
There's one picture of me. If you do KFC, Barstool, no eyebrows. There is a picture of me from when I was doing a video about XXX Tentacion. I mean, there's just no eyebrows there.
Yeah.
That was just the dead of summer and like the peak of summer, and I just got nothing there. But what's also scary is when you start to paint on your brows, I realized that like there's like nothing on this side.
Yeah.
On one of the sides, there's nothing here. On the other one, there's nothing there.
I have that.
Yeah. So it's like, I
got Hitler eyebrows.
What does he have? Just little ones
Just
in the
like
middle?
a little mustache.
Oh, you have Hitler's stash on your brows? That's great. So, we'll do a little. Maybe I'll dye the beard and my brows.
Big time.
I don't want to do it, but I don't. The beard looks terrible. I have brown, red, a little bit of black, a little bit of blonde in the summer, and now gray.
You're a mutt.
You just, you look, it's like what is it, brindle? I look like a dog that just has.
Rescue pup.
Yeah. My face is a rescue dog. I'm really a rescue dog. Like parts of me have been like shaved off. I'm just missing clumps of hair, and the other part's gray and all mutt. And that's just me. So we'll see. But I also think the only thing worse than that is like having like jet black. If you do a bad dye job. So we'll do that shortly. That'll be a project in the coming weeks. Let's get to these voicemails. Virgin Mary full of weed, Hitler's balls, cocaine chickens, and a priest with a
shotgun and a homeless man singing karaoke.
What am I talking about? It's the gentleman, the 70-year-old that Jackie talks to. It's Guy Ritchie's first series ever. So if you're a fan of movies like Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, then you're going to lose your shit over his new Netflix show. It follows a new cast of low-down lords and ladies slumming it in Britain's criminal underworld. Guns out and pinkies up. So watch what happens when you try to play gangsters at their own game. Don't miss The Gentleman, now playing only on Netflix.
Wait 1 second. Are we recording? Mm-hmm. Okay. I want to do something first.
Sure.
The episode's being recorded haphazardly today, but there's something I have that... I'll be right back.
Wait, yeah, just do it. We don't have to do it like... Just do it.
Okay.
And we'll edit it in, right?
Yeah. Shot!
Oh, boy. We doing like a taste test of something?
Kinda. So I got everyone...
Or you sound like me during the rat race.
Got everyone a bowl of cereal. Okay. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I figured that was the most universally liked. Everyone goes Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Are we're seeing how we eat? Is that what we're doing?
No.
It's way too much for that bowl, but okay. Are we putting milk in here?
Yeah.
Okay. You have spoons?
Got spoons.
Okay. Bro, you are breathing so heavy.
For you? You gotta eat at the same time.
My camera doesn't work. Is it a camera needing thing?
Thank you. Jackie,
Oh my God, bro.
Jackie, let's swing that camera
Just-
over to you.
You want
It's fine.
to come over here?
It's like a spoon that milk.
Ah.
I mean, what were you thinking?
I don't know.
You were carrying that like it was
The
absolutely
camera's
not
on
liquid.
me.
I'll get it. I'll get that. It's. I wasn't sure how I was gonna handle this. I've done a poor job. What's everyone think?
I mean, I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't know what's going on right now.
The spoons are the worst spoons in the world.
Oh my God.
I got a parfait the other day and I ran back to get more of the spoons. I was like, everyone's gotta try these spoons.
They are bad.
These
I
spoons
mean,
are. It's a bowl.
It's like eating it with a ladle.
It's a.
No, okay.
And what?
Get a perfect amount of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and milk proportions.
Yeah, you do. But then
You got.
getting it into your mouth is like you have to pour it.
Yeah. I was at the airport the other day, and I got a yogurt. I should have gotten you guys yogurts instead. And so I would fucking eat it.
That's a big.
There's always like a little bit that you're not gonna get.
Yes, yeah, I do get that.
But with yogurt, the little bit you don't get isn't a liquid. So I would have to eat it, and then I have to turn around and lick it out.
You're like eating out this thing like that.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, all in all, not worth it.
Not
but
either one. Both didn't work at all. You know what you could have done, dude? I think that's spoons. Milk around this room like it was this championship celebration.
I was just distracted by the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like I thought it was like.
I thought it was gonna be poisoned or
Yeah.
something. I thought it was gonna be like John makes fun of what we eat. I
I
don't
thought you were
know.
going to do a cereal thing, like it's how you're supposed to eat cereal or not.
all right, I like how I got everyone on their toes. I thought it would be something a lot bigger than, hey guys, big spoon here. Yo, check out the spoon on that guy.
When you're down to like this much, how do you eat it? Will you just go spoon all the
Bowl.
way?
No, I
From the bowl,
I
right?
drink. Yeah.
You guys? Bowl?
Bowl.
Jackie?
Bowl.
I eat cereal to get to the bowl part.
Do we have any towels here?
And I spilled it on my shirt. And it's one of those things that's got like.
See, I told you the spoon stinks.
That's gonna like stain for the rest of the day because it's got like a little bit of sugar in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not like. So I'll just have. You know what? Isn't that funny? I don't know. Maybe this is just a me thing. I get up in the morning, put clothes on. Obviously, like look at myself and see like, oh, if there's like a stain or something, a rip. I'm like, oh, I'll change my shirt. But like 5 seconds into the day, if I were to like I'm just gonna wear this the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Like if I'm putting it on, I'm like, all right, I don't want to have a stain on my shirt. But if as I'm going to work, something happens, it's like, well, I have a stained shirt for the next 10 hours. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Sometimes I'll like see a stain. I'll be like, well, what if I spilled it later in the day?
That my thought is like, I know that this was stained the minute I put it on, but you don't know. I could have been like somebody bumped into me on the subway and spilled it. Like, I'm just kidding, I was on the subway. But like, you know, it's one of those things. It's like you worry about it, but I would not. Unless you look like a slob.
Yeah.
I would never give a fuck about you having like a spot on your shirt. You know
No,
what I mean?
and most of them, you notice that no one else does.
Everything though.
But
You know what I
that's
mean?
why I change. Is because I notice it and it makes me uncomfortable.
So I've learned this too. I've talked to people who have probably crippling anxiety and depression and stuff, and there's kind of like therapy speak and like TikTok adages and stuff that are like kind of those things like, don't worry, like nobody else notices,
Right.
But
I notice.
So I'm like, I notice everything. There's probably a lot more people out there like me, so I think people are noticing.
But I'm not even talking about
you're
other
talking about
people.
you notice
I
yourself.
notice on myself.
I'm saying like I will notice things about other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think people do notice.
Right.
They might not care, but I think they do notice.
You notice.
So
and you care.
Like, right.
Piece of
Like,
shit.
yeah, right. I'm not gonna like excommunicate you, but I'm gonna be like, yo, Jackie, your shoes are fucking disgustingly dirty. Anyway, car talk. We are officially the podcast of car listeners. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense to listen in your car, but it doesn't make sense to do. I guess these people are embarrassed and they don't want to do like around other people.
Yeah, but it's also just where you think of it. You just do it. If you're listening to the podcast in the car, you're like, I'll do one.
Oh, you think that's it? You think people listen and then get inspired to?
Yeah.
Huh. I never thought about that. You think
I
so?
was actually just thinking about it. Why? Look at how many like thumbnails are cars.
Yeah.
They pause it. I'm gonna ask this question.
I never thought about why you would call into KFC Radio. I think of it more as like, I was out last night with my buddies. We all had this argument. I need you to settle it, sort of thing.
Yeah, but
I guess
think
people say that when that's the case.
You say that also like you're having that conversation with your friends in the morning. You don't need another outlet.
Yeah.
Like this is like I feel like when you're listening
these
to
are things that are, like,
podcasts,
in your
you're
head.
like something that's unlocked. Like, oh yeah.
Totally. Okay. That's good. I like that.
What's up, guys? So if you are only able to listen to 4 years of music, so for example, like 2004, 8, 11, 12, and you got to pick what 4 years you wanted to listen to, what years would you pick?
I am a over-explainer when it comes to these things, but bro, I got it. So for example, 2004 to 2008, 2008 to 2012, I get what 4 years means. 1998 to 2002, no doubt.
What's in there?
1998 for rap is comical. It is probably as much as humans can take things for granted, we did with rap in the year of 1998. It's nuts. Outkast dropped Aquemini. Big Pun put out Capital Punishment. Jay-Z put out Volume 2. Mos Def and Talib Kweli put out Black Star. Juvenile put out 400 Degrees. Tribe Called Quest put an album out. Like the Method Man had his solo album. Like DMX put out Flesh of My Flesh and It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
That's crazy.
It's Gangstar put out Moment of Truth. I think that's the best rap album of all time. Fat Joe put out Don Cartagena. That's the most underrated rap album of all time. Cannabis put out his album, which sucked, but there was so much hype around Cannabis, so it was a big deal when it came out. And then, on top of just like Lauryn Hill put out her album, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It is, Master P put out his album for people down south when that started getting going. The He Got Game soundtrack came out. It was a big deal. Tupac's Greatest Hits. It's 1 year. 1 year, probably 10 all-time classic rap albums. And, we can't get like one on that level now. And then I would say 2002, if I had to guess, was like maybe a little bit early, but that's probably like the Nelly like vibe. And Eminem had, at that point. If you do 98 to 2002, you get from Slim Shady LP through like the Marshall Mathers LP, I think, which is like all of his best work, I think. Obviously very rap heavy, so on top, for me, it's all rap. And on top of that, I think that was a good era of like, I'm assuming, good pop shit.
I was thinking about this, like, what do you think the most versatile song, like if you could only listen to one song, what do you think the most versatile song is?
Well, that's two different questions. I can only listen to one song, or like,
but you
can play this at any party anywhere, like, and it'll play.
No, like you want to find a song that's going to capture every mood. So like if you can only listen to one song, you want a song that's like going to be good when you're sad,
Sure.
but also I think I have the right answer.
Okay. What do you got?
Maybe.
Some Nights.
Some Nights is a great song.
Wait, what's Some Nights? Oh,
By
Some
Fun?
Nights,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's upbeat, but also if you're sad, You could listen to it when you're sad.
I think you want something that's sad and happy. That's your main thing, right?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Dance too, but also sit too.
Yeah.
What did you?
You could dance
Call Me
too,
Maybe
but
is
also-
a good one. My brain just automatically goes to Call Me
Call
Maybe.
Me Maybe is like the greatest song of all time.
I think Call Me Maybe is the greatest song of all time. I think Scenes from an Italian Restaurant by Billy Joel is like the greatest musical composition of all time.
Yeah.
Because that also has that's like 3 songs in one
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
and you have upbeat and slow and
Bohemian Rhapsody is kind of.
I hate that song.
I never liked it, but it does have 3 songs in one.
I know,
kind of.
but when they all suck, I hate it. That's one of those ones when like that's the godfather of music for me.
Yeah,
when I tell
yeah.
people I don't like that, they get like horrified. And it's one of those things where it's like I think I'm right and the whole rest of the world is wrong. That song is so fucking weird.
It's a lot going on.
Scaramouche, Beelzebub. Like, what are we fucking doing, dude? I have a like, it's a weird fucking song. Right? At the very least, you have to admit that for it to be a universal song is kind of weird. That would be like a niche song. The fact that everybody, women, men, old, young, rock, rap, everyone's like Scaramouche, Scaramouche. What? I think that song sucks. That's a great
Well,
question.
you just ruined that song.
Yeah, good.
Be able to not laugh at that song.
Good. That song stinks. I also think of it as like, to me, it's the Wayne's World song where it was like, this is dumb, stupid, like they're making fun of it, not like this is good.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most popular song that you hate?
That Sammy Adams song. Fucking. What's it called again? I heard it this week and I was like, I fucking hate this song.
I Love College.
First of all,
All night
tread
longer.
lightly. Sammy Adams is the homie.
Oh, really?
Bro.
He's the man.
Sammy's the best.
Yeah, he's so cool.
He was at a bar I was at this week and he played it. I was like, God damn, I hate this song.
That's his biggest hit.
What?
I wanna go all night long.
Oh, All Night Longer
a good
is
song.
The best.
an absolute.
You might be fired, Pat.
I take this back.
Because like even if you don't like the song,
Yeah.
it's a great like when that song's on, things are going well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you
don't know
were
how
that song came on and you were just moping.
No, it's just like
You're fine.
it's played every single night. Every single night.
Really? Is that like
all
is that
night
song
long?
having like a revolution?
I don't think it ever
since
ended.
I've-
To be honest, I
Really?
think it like stayed.
It stayed, and it's like, how did it get out of like that's like the same thing as like the Katy Perry and like that era, and Kesha, and it was like all those songs just died. and this one-
you're just listing awesome art.
I was about to say, you
listening
better
bad
slow the
music,
fuck down. I was listening to
Bro,
Kesha.
you just said
if
Kesha
yo,
on
if
it?
if Kesha put out, what was her album called? I think it was like Monster or something like that.
The one,
Like
way
the-
to brush my teeth with
if-
a jar of
Bro,
Jack.
if Kesha put, what did you just type in?
Bro, this keyboard.
Okay, but that was not like an attempt.
no,
Okay, he wrote like Jaega, and it was like Jeaga. I was like, what is that? If Kesha put out her big album, like now today, I think it would fucking smash TikTok on that. Here's a question: Do you think TikTok named TikTok because of the song? It's spelled the same way and everything. I feel like that had to have like at least played into it.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about it.
I bet you somebody like was lip singing like on Musically. They were doing TikTok a lot, and they were like, let's just call it the whole fucking album. What was? Who cares what the name of the album is? But Kesha is a fucking beast. She has hits.
I mean, all she does is smash hits. Kesha and Pitbull, they got together on a few tracks. Broke the
Greatness.
world.
Can you believe that this guy was sitting over there just being like? I mean, it's like Kesha, all night longer. Like,
Bro, it sounds like you had the best night ever.
What's your opinion on Call Me Maybe?
trash.
What?
Bro, these are all like headache songs. Like you're like on like
You're a headache. How about that?
How about I'm gonna give you a headache? I'm gonna smash you with that ukulele. This is my greatest fear, though. This is like, we're obviously old, but I do think we're right.
I mean,
Like, Call Me Maybe.
It's the greatest pop
It's
song
the
of
greatest
all time.
pop song of all time. It's
It's
like
Call Me Maybe,
it's not-
Bop, and Bye Bye Bye.
That's
See,
a
I like
strong
Bye
three.
Bye.
It's a strong three. Did you see NSYNC on stage this weekend?
I
Or
heard
end of last
about it.
week?
I didn't see anything.
It was. I liked it. It was like the most mailed-in thing of all time. First of all, Justin Timberlake has a PR problem right now, brother, big time. The comments were just like roasting this guy, being like, "He's my new ick." That was the big thing. Justin Timberlake is my new ick. New ick unlocked. constant comments like that, and they were just like they're just using he's just using NSYNC for like PR because the Britney stuff. Britney kind of did him dirty.
Yeah, got an abortion at 19. Shout
like
out.
no fucking kidding though, you know. It's like you both have like a major career to go after right now. Like how about no? His new album came out. I don't get people who are like this, especially Timberlake, who put out like what this is like third album like ever, right? Fourth maybe. He does not have a lot of albums.
Higher than that.
I don't think so.
Future Sex Love Sounds. There's that country one. Whatever Mirrors was on. This one. I would guess 5.
I don't know, but it's not a lot. I think you overlapped a couple on there because there's Future Sex Love Sound, there's Justified, Future Sex Love Sound, and 2020 Experience. I don't think
there's the country one. That's 4.
What's the country one?
That came out like 3 years ago, probably.
He had a whole album?
Yeah.
What was that called?
I forget.
Anyway, this song is just very like. This album is just very like. I just can't imagine being in the game this long and being pretty selective, and then he puts out songs that are just like, that's a song. It's just a song.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. But like you were in the studio and like selected like this beat. Like you used to have like Timbaland and Pharrell and all this shit, and then it was just like, here's a very generic beat and a very generic like hook and everything. It seems weird to me to do that. But anyway, came out and did. First of all, Justin Timberlake was dressed like the NBA draft in 2004, 2002. It was great. Suit was just Tracy McGrady-esque.
Big suits are in. Big suits.
This was okay, but like, are you prepared to do like an NBA draft suit? Because it was that big.
I have to see it. I bought a big suit recently.
I want to see you in a big suit, Johnny Big Suits. Johnny Big Suits. You know what?
But I've worn it in front of you and you didn't notice it being
okay.
Really big,
Then you did not do Justin Timberlake. No, do NSYNC reunion. Justin Timberlake.
Oh, thank you.
Again, just the worst of all time. Justin Timberlake's suit's gonna give you a billion fucking things.
I would think that would be a fair for, like, if it was this weekend.
No. Play this. You gotta find the song. Go to the clip.
Right here.
Because when you see him moving, yeah. He looked like the NBA draft. The rest of the gang.
It doesn't look that big in pictures.
Oh, that's a pretty fucking big suit.
I would say my suit's the same size.
Well, it's a big suit.
But when you saw me in it, you didn't.
Look at. I mean, like, bro, there was a time where if you would have like puked if you saw someone with pants that big over their shoes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But just like but you saw that in person and you weren't like, what are you wearing?
Bro, the jacket almost down to his knees.
I think that's a pretty comparable suit to what I wore to the Survivor Awards. Survivor whatever finale.
But like these guys.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yo, let me just give a quick shout out. Wait, is that JC Chizza?
Yeah.
He looks terrible, by the way. But I want to give a huge shout out to that guy because he was the star. Not the star. He was the voice of NSYNC.
And also, that's what people say.
No, that's real.
But it's real. But it's like, yeah, that's not what this is.
Correct. But like, I just want to. Yes,
people are like, actually, Ariana Grande's got a better voice than Adele. Like, well, that's not what this. Like, that's not
totally
what defines
absolutely.
Greatness.
He could dance. He just had the look. Although I would make
JC didn't have it.
Okay, but I'll say this: like the flip side of that is, first of all, when you're like, I love this song, you like JC. You know what I mean? Like he's singing all of Bye Bye Bye. He sings like 90% of Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say I like this song. You like Max Martin.
Who's that?
The guy who wrote them all.
Sure. Okay, but there's a difference. You know what I mean? Like if you're listening to the song and you like the singing, you like JC.
Yeah, but I think speaking for myself, rarely when I like a song am I like, this is a great voice. It's usually the beat, the vibe of the song, the lyrics of the song.
But could you imagine if you're the big voice on the show? True, like genuinely, I think like a great voice. Most people agree with that. And you understand the rules of the game. I don't have it. But then you look at Justin Timberlake and what it was when he had like his weird like perm Jew fro curls and like I'd be like wait, what? It's not me? It's not like he's an ugly guy, too. You know what I mean? Like that, there had to be a lot of nights where he was like, all right, well, we're like the biggest thing in the world and we're platinum and we're making money, but like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
I'm not the guy? How am I not the guy? And this is the guy? Like, the only thing would be worse is if Kirkpatrick was the guy.
Yeah.
Then it'd be like, what the fuck? But those guys got on stage and it looked like they were just like, let's do it again. And like they didn't have like, they weren't choreographed. They were just like, walk to this side, walk to that side. Let's do bye.
The voice stuff is, to me, because people do that a lot now. I feel like actually this person had the best voice. And that to me is like when they like go back with The Office and they're like, actually Jim was the bad guy. It's like no, I was there. I felt it. JC wasn't the guy.
Yes,
Justin Timberlake
he was the guy. Yeah, and whatever it is, because the dancing, the way they were on stage, whatever. Especially for, I can understand more of like the women. When you're comparing like ballads to ballads, because that is about the same.
Yeah.
This has never been about the same.
Right.
It's always about the dance and the music and the pop shit. Anyway, I don't even know how we got here. Oh, because Pabs has terrible taste in music. Bro, Sammy Adams was a force.
He was a true
tour
moment.
de force in New England and down to New York.
I loved
as much
growing up. But
what's
like,
that?
I love College growing up. That was a good song.
Do you know like the album Boston's Boy?
I know the album cover.
Bro, it's very starting like then. Maybe it's a little bit early. But like in the last like decade plus, having like a full album that I like is very rare.
Yeah.
Like most albums, I'm happy if I like 3 songs off the album. And this was like, it was all like frat rap, but like it was good frat rap.
Dude, I really liked it.
Walking on Broken Glass one was fucking
smash.
incredible. It was incredible. Mozart.
I had a moment with this album the same way I had with an ex-girlfriend who liked Impractical Jokers, which we were just talking about, where I was like, that's not that good a line. And the girl I was dating at the time was like, if it wasn't that good, why didn't you write it? And I was like, well, it's fucking better than what I can write.
Which line was it?
I honestly don't
okay.
remember. It was something from, I think, not one of the main title tracks. Dude, I remember it so vividly. We were in the car. Her little brother was in the car with us, and like they were both going nuts and be like, "This is so good!" And I started getting jealous and like insecure. And I was like, "It's fine." Like, it's all right.
Yo, you know what's underrated? The Long Way. That album right there on the third row. That also has a couple tracks on it that are. I think that's the album or an EP or something. Sammy had more than just that first album. He was and I'm not saying, listen, I don't expect like the hip hop world to give him his flowers and shit like that. But in our era, in our area, it was him.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine for you guys. New York was like, I feel like I almost was like Barstool like brought it to New York kind of,
right.
But like New England,
bro, I had a
Quinnipiac and that shit. Like forget about it.
We had a Fagawi where my buddy. I swear to God, the only thing he said, the entire Fagawi,
Matty Trump,
right? Every bar, Matty Trump, Boston's boy, and we would go nuts every time. We had
Matty
a group
Trump
of like
was his
10
producer
of us.
or like engineer or something.
I think he was the producer.
Matty Trump,
it was like a call to arms. Like every time he said it, we just like chug a drink and start going nuts.
I can't believe Pabs doesn't like this.
I didn't know he had the juice like this.
Bro, and you want to talk about like the juice, like when we were doing Stoolapalooza with him or Back to Stool, one of the two. We did Back to Stool with Sammy Adams. One of the like music festivals that Dave and Barstool was doing with Sam Adams. I think we probably got him for like $10,000 for like 6 shows, whatever it was. And I remember this is before Dave, became Dave, so we were not doing things with famous people. We were not like doing big events or whatever. And he was like watching how Sam moves like backstage and green rooms and pre-parties and post-parties. And he was like, it's crazy.
Really?
Just like that dude had that area in the palm of his fucking hands, man.
Wait, like why? Is he just like a really
Well, he's very
guy?
handsome and he pulled off like the white boy frat rap really well. And Barstool I think Barstool and Sam Adams had a very symbiotic relationship. It's like we needed music and he was the exact right kind and he needed some promo and we were the right kind for him. and girls just loved him. I don't think guys really like hated him. It wasn't one of those things, you know. It wasn't. Like I'm sure there was jealous guys.
Sam would be like, no, fucking guys hated me. I bet, right?
Totally. But like the overall vibe, I think, was more like, oh, I know, I hang out with a guy like Sam, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. He was just like a booze bag, like frat boy. There was some shit about like I think he like fudged his numbers on iTunes, and
but that was never
like
people.
Yeah, that was. I think it was just like he was crushing, and he
people
didn't.
Like how?
Yes,
like,
yes. I think there's a lot of jealousy in the rap game and the music game, and I think people were, you know, look at that picture with the blue jersey on there on the bottom right. Like, yeah, like you do shit. I don't know. People are gonna be like, "Fuck this guy,"
right.
You know. And I understand why. There's been a million people that I look at that and go, "Fuck that guy." By the way, in my older years, I've mellowed out a little bit, and I look at things from a different perspective. I try not to be too brash. You know, the hater in me has, like I said, mellowed out, but still deep down in there's the irrational hater. I fucking hate Northwest so much. I fucking hate this 13-year-old girl.
Miss West.
Oh, hater. I saw this.
I love Northwest.
Hate her. I am a hater who hates her. I hate her. I saw this clip that was like Northwest addresses her fans at South by Southwest or whatever it was, and I was like, hate. She like walked in and just like, look, Northwest gives an interview. I hate it. I hated her song. I hate her album. I hate the name.
Oh, I love the name.
Nope, hate her.
Elementary School Dropout classic.
I actually don't mind the name, but I have to hate it. How old is she now? I want to know the exact 10.
10.
Oh my God, I hate a 10-year-old. I thought she was at least 13. I hate this 10-year-old, like more than I've ever hated any of the internet kids. Like anybody who's gone viral that I've hated. I don't like Northwest. Bro, it is so sick. Like if anybody ever,
what do you think's weirder, to hate a 10-year-old or to sing a 10-year-old song?
Well, that's a great question. I was just about to say, like, if anybody on a platform of my size ever was talking about how much they hate Shay, I would track them down and I would burn their house down and I would talk about how much of a fucking loser they are and they need to kill themselves. And I hate Northwest.
Also, I would go 03 to 07.
03 to 07. Yeah. Any specific?
Well, I was debating between 04 and 08 and 03 to 07. What I'm basically weighing is, do I get Fearless at the end with 08, or do I get Take This to Your Grave in 03?
I'll be honest. If you're a Swiftie, I think you should pick like now, 2020 to 2024.
Yeah, but I want punk rock.
Right.
So,
but if you're talking Taylor,
the bonuses I could get, like I want Under the Cork Tree and Waiting. I want Take This to Your Grave. I want Black Parade. I want All Time Low has one in there. Jimmy Eat World. Like there's 03, I think 02, 03, 04 considered like.
Did
some
you
of
get
the
Blink
best
in
years.
there or no?
Blink, I think their last before studio album was they definitely had the album titled Blink 182 was 03. I don't remember if that was their last one or not.
What's crazy is these guys can't even pick ours. If they wanted to, you couldn't even pick ours if you wanted to.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, KFC Feits gang. Yeah, I got a little, I guess, a sketch idea for fights. I was thinking, since you guys would be in Amsterdam and stuff like that, it would be hilarious if you guys did something of how Amsterdam was before the red light district and all that, like it hot super normal. I think it'd be hilarious on the spin of how it was before all that came to Amsterdam. Love to see it. Thanks. Bye.
What? He wants us to like chronicle Amsterdam? I mean,
I'll tell you what. The greatest acting I've ever done since the sketch show started is saying that's a great idea to people who pitch me ideas.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
Great. I'll talk to the team about it. I mean, listen.
Funny,
we've been to Amsterdam. Like we could talk about our experience in Amsterdam, but I don't know.
I know everyone was drunk. They only drink
wait,
beer.
did you just fart?
Yeah.
It smells terrible. Sorry. I was gonna try to hold it in, but that's not smell good. No, it's not good. No, not good. It's on my tongue. Yeah. Too much? Did you have cereal?
No, I don't have any cereal.
No, not too much.
I actually haven't eaten today.
Not good.
They
Yeah, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea with this guy.
It's all I know is they invented the stock market.
Amsterdam did?
Amsterdam invented the stock market.
Like the idea of it, or like
they sold shares in the
Dutch East Trading Company or whatever that is.
India East or whatever.
Yeah,
the trading company.
Right.
They invented the stock market, and they drank beer all the time from morning to night.
Right, because they didn't have water.
They
right.
Didn't have potable water.
Right.
That is all I know of what Amsterdam was. Funny stuff.
Did he wait, did he preface it being like, I know you guys went to Amsterdam, like with Bert, or is that?
I thought he said you're gonna be there, which we're not. We've been there.
Yeah.
No, he said you've been there.
So I think this guy is behind on
Must
Barstool
be.
News because in this other one that he
Oh, so those were
sent
two. I was
in,
wondering why you changed.
He is listening to Barstool Radio versus the Yak scheduling. I think that this guy's
That's
just
so funny to think about this guy not understanding the concept of time and just thinking we are currently embroiled.
They're newly sent in videos though, right?
This one I checked and
the metadata or whatever. Like, when did he send this
details
shit?
Here.
That's fucking.
He sent this March 13th.
So good. So you're going to Amsterdam with Bert. Like, what?
This does remind me a little bit, though, of my movie idea that I talked about.
Yes.
Where it's everything in the world is the same, except flowers are edible. And so it's like, for example, it's like the Beatles movie, but like whatever. And so there's so many parts to this. Like, I could go on forever. I think about this a lot. Like orchids, for example. Really high-end restaurants would serve orchids, and it would be really expensive, and they would taste really good, probably. And then, like, you know, daisies would be like the McDonald's and whatever. But then it would get dystopian, because then it's like, okay, now we're eating, like, consume. That's all we do. We just eat everything. And it's so pretty. And, again, it's not a fully fleshed out idea. But
Amsterdam would be a pretty good spot. They got a lot of
and Amsterdam would be a good
Tulips
spot.
is their jam, yeah.
Because he was saying what it would be like without the red light district, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, and like, what would they taste like? And then, like, you can't just have like little flowers on the side of the road because that's just like free snacks for everybody.
Yeah. Jackie was pitching me and Paz's idea, and Paz liked it. And then he's like, so that's all you could eat? And Jackie's like, no, you can eat regular food.
Well, yeah. I mean, it would just be like...
It's just in addition to... You can eat flowers. Mm-hmm. Anywhere or just Amsterdam?
Anywhere.
And what's like the end of the skit here?
Again, when
this is a movie.
This is a movie. Yeah.
This is a movie.
Or honestly, like a Black Mirror episode.
Okay.
And again...
And what's the conflict?
That we're losing the flowers.
The flowers. Everyone's eating the flowers too much because we're not.
Again, it's not my most electric idea.
She said, this is more of a Sundance film than a
you just don't get it. It's over your head.
This perhaps is for Khan.
What we would just plant more flowers and eat them. I think, right?
I guess that is a good way to go about it, but I don't know. Again, I'm not like the filmmaker. I am the ideas guy. So that's my idea, and somebody else can run with it.
Okay. That's open to anybody. That's an open source idea.
I was gonna say, we hereby sign off on any and all ideas relating to the what are we gonna call this loosely, like the name of the movie?
Like, Pavs, didn't you have one? Like,
roses are red.
Roses are red.
Which like he said that like mic drop.
Roses are red.
That is the most
What do you think the best tasting flower is?
Great fucking question. So I think that like you would think roses. I think that roses would be really rich in flavor because they're so. I can also see kind of being like the more pigmented the petal, the more flavor there is.
Sure.
But then I could see also, like, again, like a more expensive, rarer one, like tastes only kind of, which, and it's like Brussels sprouts don't taste good, but when you add salt and pepper.
How about those flowers that only bloom for like that 10-minute period once a year?
Yeah.
The ones in Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah.
And then everyone just eats those?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just a little thing. I'm just gonna stop talking.
That was one of the best Jackie ones ever. The world where they're eating flowers. Great stuff, Jack.
Yeah.
All right, one more.
Hey, KFC Feits gang. I got a little high thought for you, kinda, I guess. Oh no, I guess it's kind of a question. So I was just thinking, and in science class, they told me when I was in high school that no matter what, you're never touching anything. There's always little particles or atoms in between those, so you're never actually physically touching anything, which is kind of weird. But I was thinking, if you were to assault someone, like get in a fight and hurt them bad, and they tried suing you, you could try and fight against that you actually didn't physically hit them. There was a barrier in between. So I was thinking, like, what's the weirdest or the dumbest thing to try and fight in court that's kind of like that?
What is the greatest? He just asked us to become the best lawyers of all time. What's the greatest legal loophole you could think to get out of? I don't know, spitballing here, filming your stepsister in the bathroom.
I first of all, never have heard this. Have you?
I've never heard this either. I would venture to guess I am touching things.
I would venture to guess that what he's talking about is definitely not real or true.
No, I've heard it.
You've heard
this?
Yeah. It's like there's actually like a microscopic layer of like air.
I'm gonna challenge. I'll throw the challenge. I think that there's contact between my foot in the ground, between my hands and my body. Like, I don't think there's any buffer.
I would tend to agree with that. If you're telling me science tells me I'm wrong, I accept that. But, like, I'm touching it and I feel it. I get what you're saying where it's, like, microscopic and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but, like...
Because you feel pressure, so I think it could be, like, the pressure of the... I have no idea that, but it could be, like, the pressure
the texture.
Of the air.
And I feel the texture.
I'm trying to, like...
What is texture, though? It's just pressure at different... points.
Is that true?
I don't know, but when I said it, like it sounds...
You said it like, but what is it?
but what really?
But
is
now that I'm feeling it, I don't think it's. Maybe it is pressure at different points, Jackie.
I honestly think I'm kind of dead on that.
Texture. Very.
But I can feel like the cotton aspect of it.
But you can feel the raised. The raised.
I feel the raise, but I feel the difference in these two textures as well, like the cottons.
And what is texture, really? At the end of the day, like, but because I could see it's just like, there's just more particles to. I don't know. I don't know.
I just think orchids would be delicious.
I just have to stop talking.
I got nothing between homeboy and Jackie. I don't know. I closed my eyes and tried to think of like.
Like this.
I was like, I can't even.
They don't challenge me like. I'm in a mindless phase right now.
Rip it, baby. All right, Donald Rollins.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.